Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
What up? This is Busby. This is episode 89 of the iLLogical Sense podcast.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sitting here with my boy JC Nut.
It's cracking, everybody.
We got a special guest today.
Yes, sir. It's my homeboy for a cool minute. Everybody say what's up to my boy Prince Soul.
Round of applause.
Hello, guys.
This is my second time meeting you.
How are you doing?
Sure, man. How you doing, man?
Doing very good.
Good.
I'm very happy about the game that's going on behind us.
Or in front of us.
Oh, in front of us, but
right
behind
now,
JC because
we're recording on a Tuesday.
haters put their...
This is, what is it? This game 4?
Yes.
Game 4.
Game 4 of the Warriors.
Game 4 pretty much over at this point.
Game 4.
11
quarter.
11
Well, right now. It's the Warriors versus the Houston Rockets. It's like they're up 2-1 in the series. And as you know, as of right now, the Cavs tied the series. So what's y'all thoughts on the playoffs so far?
Well, you already know mine.
I mean, yeah, he's wearing a fucking...
Well, I got my
Lakers
town
shirt,
jersey on, you know what I'm saying? I got Draymond on my back, so I'm loving the playoffs.
Oh, damn, this is JC's worst night.
No, it's not my worst night.
I love watching JC's reactions.
This is what you wanted me to be.
Nah, like, folks gotta understand, like, Prince and I, we've done this for years. Like, back and forth. It always helps when our boy City Sean's always in the mix because, you know, I have somebody else to help rep. But, you know, it's one-on-one now, so it ain't nothing out of the ordinary. Like, we used to doing this.
This is a one-on-one game going to 21, baby, and I'm up 19-0 right now.
No, I expected... we knew it was going to be Cavs.
We're going to get
Warriors
into this
part
conversation.
For sure.
But it's going to be Cavs Warriors part 4. So
Rockets were... They talked a good game, but they ain't have
the
game to match.
A good game.
Yeah, media.
Meanwhile, in the Eastern Conference,
we can't knock the Rockets though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm up 2-1. I'm very confident in my team, but at the same time, this is the playoffs. You never know what could happen. So, you know, I'm not going to speak too soon, but it's looking good for my Warriors right now. But I would love to see the Celtics. You know what I mean? Just because it would be something different, and it's good to see like the young players kind of flourish. Like Tatum's amazing, and Rozier's becoming his own player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy that they're doing what they're doing without Kyrie and Hayward. Like, you know what I mean?
They were up 2 games against the damn Cavs. And I've said time and time again, the Cavs don't got a bench. They just got LeBron.
Yeah, they do. And he's running out. I mean, he's what, 34 now, or you know what I mean? He's going to be starting running out of gas eventually. You know,
runs out of gas in the 4th.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's really cool to see the Celtics. Like, you know, they're going to be probably the new powerhouse in the East, and it's going to be cool to watch. But you know, like I've told people, I was like, you can never knock LeBron, man. Like, you saw what he did in Toronto. Every single time the game was kind of close.
LeBron,
you know what I mean? He still did what he did, and you know, I told my pops, I was like, if they win Game 2, they might win out the rest of the series. So
and they destroyed them.
Yeah, so I think it might happen, but Boston's been good at home, so you don't know.
We'll see.
They're 9-0, I think, at home.
We'll see.
I mean, my thing is everybody kept saying that both teams don't need Kyrie, and I'm watching that whole series, and I'm like,
God.
both of those teams could use Kyrie.
You know, Kyrie was probably watching that game like, man, fuck these dudes. Both teams.
Well, remember we lost to Kyrie in that playoff, like in that championship.
But everyone always talks about that block, not about the shot.
Yeah, exactly. But that Kyrie shot, I mean,
that took your soul, didn't it?
It was hard, man, because like, there was a lot of factors that went into that, you know what I mean? And I'm like, over here, I'm like, man, Kehlani just broke up with you and you over here killing us. You know what I mean? I'm like, in a sense, I'm like, and I love Kehlani, so it's like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? You put so much into it. So, but no, I did hurt my heart. But, you know, at the end of the day, you can't win it. You can't win them all. You know, so.
That series is still one of the greatest series out. Well, everyone can
the way
say
Steph did Dellavedova, oh my God,
that was an asterisk. That was an asterisk series because that's why everyone keeps saying they gave that game to LeBron. Like the last series, round 2.
I mean, you know, he got a lot of calls. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, oh.
And then
it happens.
And then last season, you know, we all just manhandled them. So
yeah, I mean, I mean, no offense to the Eastern Conference, but anybody that's on
offensive, man.
On the East Coast,
illogical sense. Be offensive.
All right, but I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think that the way I think it should be split eventually is like it should be the top 4 teams in each conference, and then from there go into like records.
Seedings.
You know what I mean? Because like the Eastern Conference, the bottom half of the Eastern Conference is just so trash.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's just. And the top half the time, like Toronto wouldn't make it past the first round in the Western Conference Finals.
Hell,
right.
You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm saying. Like they gotta figure something else out. You know what I mean? So I think whoever goes out of the West, so if Houston goes or if Golden State goes, it's going to be like a 3-1 or a 4 or a 4.
Right.
So.
But
for sure.
But if you just keep going on, everyone like comparing LeBron to Jordan and shit like that, and that still gets annoying to me.
I mean, you can't compare eras. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm at that point where you just can't compare eras. And I forgot who it was, but it was yesterday. Somebody said that LeBron would beat Jordan 1-on-1 and Jalen Rose went all crazy. I don't know. Like, you won't ever know, one. But the way LeBron is built, he might beat a Michael Jordan 1-on-1. You never know. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why when LeVar Ball was talking his talk, and he was like, I could have beat Jordan 1-on-1, and everybody like badmouthed him. I'm like, we saw Jordan get bullied by the Pistons, and they weren't as big as LeVar was when he was talking about when he would have done it. If
Joel Embiid is playing the best point guard in the league, he might still beat him. You know what I mean? 1-on-1 because he's a big boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you don't know those type of things. 1-on-1 doesn't mean you're a good basketball player.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It just means you're a better 1-on-1 player.
But,
like when I played ball, like I wasn't a great 1-on-1 player, but you put me in a system, I'm shooting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? So you just.
I mean, you could use 2K to put LeBron against Jordan and see what happens. Put it on simulation and just watch and see what happens. You know,
that's a great thing. I actually never thought about that.
Or fucking, if you want to see how Jordan got down, Netflix announced Michael Jordan and them teamed up to do a 30 for 30 documentary. What was it called? What was it called? The documentary shit? It don't
One
matter.
Final Bow or something.
Final.
So they're gonna do one on Jordan?
Yeah. So
Jordan
the same way they did. No, it's Jordan.
Just Jordan? You
yeah.
sure? I thought it was just the whole Bulls.
Nah.
At that trailer I watched.
They're doing the same thing they did with OJ. The 5-part doc.
So it's a 5-part. Is it ESPN or is it?
So it's an ESPN 30 for 30, but they're going through Netflix to do it.
So ESPN's starting to do stuff through Netflix.
Netflix
is winning, huh?
Netflix making moves, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, On My Block was one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
So,
that ending. Oh.
Bruh, I don't even want to get into that right now. Oh, we got.
Yeah. That's I forgot to bring that up. Ruby's his soul's this little youngin' man. Like that's.
You didn't see that coming, huh? Bro. I didn't see it coming.
I called it.
My heart was hurting, bro. Like
you know what's funny? Because I told JC to watch it, and I'm going like, yo. Just watching all the way to the end. Oh, who dies? Man, I don't want to spoil shit for you.
Yeah, but whenever somebody says watch it to the end, you know something's gonna pop up. But see, the thing is, I didn't know, so I got 5 minutes before, I got hella happy because he finally got his bitch. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, yes. I jumped up. I was like, yeah, that's my boy. And then.
I saw old boy walk in there, I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, no. And then he turned around and then I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Bro, as soon as I saw Latrell, I'm like, bro, I can't trust nobody named Latrell no more. Shit. I damn near don't want to wear my Latrell Sprewell jersey no more because of it. You know what I'm saying?
I think PJ Carlesimo would appreciate that.
PJ Carlesimo, he didn't do shit for us. I'm glad Latrell choked his ass.
I mean, I don't know if you heard about this, but the Obamas got to deal with Netflix now.
Yeah.
The Obamas?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wait, so they're gonna do reality TV?
No, they got a production deal.
They're executive
so they're gonna drop shows, documentaries, movies.
So Obama's moving like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I told him he was the best president of all time, man. He's a hustler.
I mean, he's still our president, technically.
Any president that don't wear their hoop shoes outside and carries them is my president.
I mean, right now he's 44 and a half. He's still our president. You know what
I'm saying? I don't know. I loved Obama, man. That's good though. That's good that they got it. I mean, great family. I think you know what I mean. Like,
ooh,
it's so funny how people always talk about like people's families when you get put in that spotlight. And I remember they were really bashing his daughter. I forgot her name. What's her name? For smoking, right, or something like that. She got like
Malia.
I think it was
something like that, right?
Yeah.
And they were like bashing her. I'm like, dude, she's a college student.
Right.
LeBron,
you know what I mean? Like they're gonna live.
There was pictures of Obama smoking a damn joint in college. You know what I mean? Like shit. He ain't no fucks.
Like it's just a regular family. They're not gonna be perfect. You know
right.
what I mean?
We got this whole ass nigga in office right now.
Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about that, bro. It gets me hot because it's like I'm like, I feel like people that were never into politics are into politics now, which is
not politics.
It's not politics, but they're like into the show. Like my dad hates him, but he watches everything he does.
Right.
And I'm just like, bro, why do you even pay into this?
He's
Like,
just what it is I've learned over the last year or so. He's just such a polarizing figure. Yeah. Where it's what he's about to say is gonna evoke into a train wreck. Yeah. But you gotta watch it leading up to.
It's like watching a novella.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, I'm like, bro, like this is crazy. Like, why is it even like this? You know. But at the same notion, like I'm not one to talk because I don't read. Like I'm not into politics, so I'm never one to tell anybody like what it is. But from what I see, it's just not right.
It's
you know
not
what I mean?
Politics.
Right.
It's what I've said this before. It's what's right and what's wrong. Hillary Clinton. Obama, what's his name? Clinton.
Bernie Sanders,
fucking Bushes, both of them. That's politics. This whole ass nigga, no, this is not politics. This is what's right and what's wrong. I say this shit.
It's basically saying what I got out of it was like basically telling people if you got money, you could do whatever the hell you want in life.
I mean, look at whole ass Kanye.
You know what I mean?
My boy.
And that's it's oh man, Kanye's a whole nother story, man.
Yeah,
are we gonna get into the Kanye shit because we just went? I was about to say because we're over here and if I go that way, I don't even know. I was this close from selling my Yeezy 700s the other day.
No, you're not gonna sell those.
I ain't gonna sell them.
Like everyone was thinking about deleting them Kanye albums. Like,
never.
No, I can't.
Never. There's only one Kanye album I will maybe delete off of my playlist, but it's only because I.
You remember when we were going through our playlist, and every time we were playing Kanye records, like a bit of my soul died. I was like, oh.
That was the funniest thing ever. So we'll I don't know if you caught, but towards the end of each month, we'll compile the Kanye the playlist.
Yeah. Not just like
a lot of
everything,
but a lot of it's Kanye though.
No.
Well, no, what we did it for this
last month.
Yeah, for last month, could just kind of play like the theme of like a tragic hero gone down. So each time I was playing the record, he's just like, I just wanted to play one fucking song. I didn't want to do all that.
We out here touch the sky like, oh
man. And I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today, but that's the one.
But if we talk about if we still stay on this Netflix topic, talk about shit that pissed me off. You heard about 13 Reasons Why?
Okay, so I haven't watched it, but yesterday Most just brought it up to me about like, have you ever seen it? And I was like, no, I've never seen it. But I guess the second season got announced.
I plead the fifth because last time I talked about it last year.
You said some insensitive shit that triggered some stuff.
Okay, so what's 13 Reasons Why? What's it about?
Okay, the whole premise of the show, it's based off a book. Selena Gomez actually produced it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shout out her.
I don't know. After this
initially.
Yeah. Pretty much. Okay, it's about a girl named Hannah Baker. The girl who plays it, she's pretty cute too.
She bad?
She's from Australia.
I'm about to watch it.
Yeah, you should. She looked really thick.
I need to find myself a nice little white girl.
But anyway, this girl killed herself. And she left these tapes to this dude named Clay. And she told the dude, Clay, to give it out to all the people. And on the tapes, she gives, there's 13 tapes, and everyone is a person on there. It's labeled with a person, and that's the reason why I killed myself, is because you're the reason. And she's explaining it. And the whole series is like, the first season is just unraveling, like what led into what, and this, that, and the other. And it's just like, it was deep. I thought it was really deep. The first season, it should have stayed as a fucking miniseries.
Was it sick, though?
I mean, it was dope.
So there's something I should watch then?
I mean, yeah, if you want to get pissed off.
Towards the first season, towards the end, started pissing me off because I was just like...
See, okay, because last year, JC just went on a whole rant because the last 2 episodes pissed him off beyond belief. And I had to bring him back down to reality because he was saying some fucked up shit.
I was trying to make light of the situation.
But you were saying...
When you're trying to make light of the situation, but you're being...
that's not supposed to be...
negative?
Yeah. No.
The writer should slit the...
Like, that's what I'm saying. I was trying to make light of the situation, but not using the best...
Yeah, okay.
Best
terminology.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how... Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
You were saying because the old girl slit her wrist, and they actually showed it. Like, they actually showed it, and JC was like, huh... That's how you do it. And I was like, nigga, what are you doing?
No, because at that point, I was so...
No, I ain't gonna say
No, that's what I'm saying. With suicide, like...
You're supposed to go up, right? You're supposed to go up the wrist, right?
I learned. Because at that point, I tuned out from the series. So I wasn't looking at it from like, oh my God, she's doing it.
Not promote none of that.
Right.
There you go.
I wasn't looking at it from the standpoint of, oh my God, she's doing it. I was now looking at it from like...
a TV perspective.
Oh, okay.
Biology type, like, oh, I didn't know that's what you did.
It's TV, JC.
But I didn't know that's... Anyway,
but
so when we ended, I was like, well, they ended on a cliffhanger. How I feel about it, regardless, it's a cliffhanger. They're gonna have a season 2.
But the way they made it, because it was based off a book, it ended, in my opinion, like kind of open-ended, bittersweet. Clay found a girlfriend. And like the main dude, Clay got a girlfriend. The tapes were coming out, and it kind of just left everything kind of like open, hazy. But it was like a kind of a bittersweet ending. I'm like, this is the way it ended.
So you
the
liked
first
the ending?
season, yes. And I was like, there should not be a second season. But JC was like, nah, this is Hollywood, man. They're gonna do a second season. Man. Like, they better not. And
that's just like if they don't do it on my block too.
I mean, on my block, of course. There's going to be a second season, but this was based off a book. This is different because...
So there was only based off one book.
Yeah, there was only...
one
how
book.
How the first season ended was how the book ended.
Yeah, it just ended.
And now there's a second season.
Exactly. And Hannah is... And the main chick in it, she's dead. Like, this ain't no Pretty Little Liar shit.
She's alive.
She's still dead. So, second season comes. So, I was just like, you know what? This is going to piss me off, isn't it? But I'm still going to watch it. Fuck it.
I ain't watched one damn second of this shit.
I don't like it, but I'm going to do it.
You want me to spoil this shit? Like, raising
I wasn't going to watch it, so...
I mean, go ahead. I mean, I don't care.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, let me put the alarms real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we all got to
y'all can skip the next whatever.
You guys watched it, but this shit pissed me off. So pretty much it takes place 5 months after the events of the first season and shit. And Clay is pretty much like trying to get over her. So he's so sent out over her because he didn't get a chance to say that he professes love to her and shit like that. That his mind managed to manifest Hannah. Now, is she a ghost? Is she like his subconscious? I don't know. They never made it clear to us, but she shows up. And then like her parents decide to make a lawsuit against the what's it called?
Was it the school or the district?
The school district.
Okay.
Because they're blaming the school for what's it called? Her death.
Okay.
So they talking to all the kids that are on the tapes and shit like that, and that shit's just fucking retarded. It didn't make no damn sense. Like when they're going through details. Remember Zach, the Asian kid? Yeah. Her and Hannah had a fling. Him and Hannah had a fling. Like they were together.
So basically,
what the?
I didn't watch it,
No sense.
obviously, but I went and read the reviews. So I'm like, okay, let's see if everybody's kind of catching on to what I was seeing towards the end. And what they were saying was, this season was from the perspective that didn't cast her in the light that she cast herself in.
But that's the thing; it went all over the fucking place, and it just pissed me off. Like Zach, the boy Zach, you met the Asian dude, right? The popular Asian.
Yeah,
kid?
because the one thing that confused me about that was like, he was cool with her, but she made it seem like the way he dogged her out was not
there's a backstory to that. On this season, when he's in court, he reveals that him and Hannah had a summer fling. When everyone was on summer vacation, everyone disappeared. They had a summer fling. They took each other's virginities.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, and everyone watched. I was like, hold up, what? And they never alluded to that in the fucking first season. But I'm like, what?
But somehow it comes up in the second season.
Yeah, they bring it up, and I'm like, and then he broke up with her. Like they stopped it because I don't know, because his boys came back and the rapist, Bryce, came back and he was in his clique. So he was like...
good old Bryce.
Oh, yeah. Dude, this boy Bryce, man, he got... the case turned into who blames Hannah to the people versus Bryce. Because this dude's a rapist and he's just a fucking asshole. Like, there was this one scene... Like, they go all out on this shit. There's this one scene...
Oh, I know about the broom scene.
Oh, no, I'm getting to that part. But there was this one scene when he's thinking about raping Hannah. Like, he's thinking about because he raped her in this first season.
Oh, shit.
And they showed it, too. But he's really reliving.
They show all this?
Yeah.
They kind of showed it, yeah.
So is it like rated whatever?
I mean, they don't really show it, but yeah, you see it.
Like, it's, the before each episode, they got to put those, there's graphic material in this episode, yada, yada, yada. So it's like one of those... it's still like the TV 14 type deals, but before certain ones they gotta
sure. But they know this season they got like PSAs up before like every episode. Even before the first episode, they have a PSA because of the backlash from the season before. But anyway, this nigga Bryce, it was like it was like pause because he was thinking about raping her again, and he was just sitting there drinking his fucking Henny or something, and then it pans out and you see a form of his dick. He was getting a fucking boner. They actually showed it, and he just grabs it. I was like, hold up. Why did you show that? What the fuck? No,
Pause.
It was just visually awkward then.
Yeah.
Visually awkward.
And then it just keeps going, and then they get to the court case, and the mom ends up losing the court. She ends up losing, but the chick he raped and the other chick he raped.
Okay.
Yeah, she ends up telling the cops about what happened, so he ends up getting arrested. He loses his scholarships, but he don't give a fuck because he's white. So then the judge gives him 3 months probation.
Oh, here we go.
And I was like, well, okay. I was like, whatever, I'm just going to go with this. Meanwhile, Clay is just having, like...
mental breakdowns. And
he's having mental breakdowns talking to Hannah, and Hannah's talking to him in code. You remember iRobot?
Yeah.
You remember the hologram that Will Smith had remember when that his friend died?
Yeah.
And when he was talking to him, he would only answer specific questions. He would answer in the form of a question or just say little statements here and there.
Yeah.
That's what Hannah was. Think of it like that, because he'll ask a question and she'll answer him with a question on some Jeopardy shit.
Oh. Oh, like, what am I supposed to do here? What aren't you supposed to do?
Exactly!
Oh.
Like, I was like, yo, I'm going to write this. I was like, you think I should do it? Should you do it? Like, what? No.
Oh.
I was thinking, when it never, like, established what she is. Like, he asked, like, are you a ghost?
She's like, just there.
Yeah, she was like, are you here? It's like, I'm here. All I know is I'm here. He's like, can I touch you? And he's like, well, that's a loaded question. And I'm like, well, go over and touch her. Let's see what happens. He doesn't do it. And throughout the whole season, and then there was this other part where he's sitting with her, or her. I don't know what the fuck she is.
He used quotations on that one, just so you guys know.
Just rewatch on my block.
Yeah.
Don't go to just rewatch
so
it.
He's sitting with her.
No, I kind of want to see this now.
You
But
gotta watch
the thing is, though, like I'm trying to figure out, since I didn't read the book, will I like both seasons?
The first season you will enjoy, but if you want to be entertained by straight fuckery, watch the second season.
No.
But there was this scene where they're sitting on, and he's like, I really want to kiss you again. And he's kind of leaning in, trying to kiss her, and then she kind of leans away like, yeah, but you can't. Like, nigga, I'm made up, nigga. The fuck's wrong with you?
So there's your loaded answer to that loaded question.
Answer your own question, buddy.
And he's all sad, and but I'm more like, dude, like, can you just establish what the fuck she is? It was annoying. The whole season was annoying, and it ended on another cliffhanger because after that, they have one belated funeral for her. Whatever. Like, I was like, y'all didn't have a funeral for her
now
in the
y'all
first
don't have a
season?
funeral.
All right, and then all 13
So where was her body at? Just chilling?
No, they already buried it.
So they had a
belated funeral for her.
But she was already buried.
Yes. So anyway, all the friends came, all her friends.
For sure,
that reason
friends.
That friends that showed up, the reasons why, because then they all became friends now. All 12 reasons minus Bryce. They all became
and obviously what's his name, because of that broom scene I heard about.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that broom scene. So they all became friends, and there was this, and so pretty much Clay goes up there and makes a speech, and he's all like, "Yeah, I forgive you, and I let you go now." And also Hannah's at her funeral, like he sees.
Oh, she's chilling there too, like popcorn and all.
And then and then she just gets up. And then she gets up after he's done, and he's, "I let you go," and she smiles, and she goes off into the sunset. And I'm sitting there going like, "So this is the end of the series because this is about her." Like it's like that's it, the end. Wrong.
Nothing left.
Like, it's mainly about her. So then after that...
Apparently.
And you were wrong.
Yeah.
So then after that, it goes into the school dance, and he starts crying because there's a song that's playing that reminded him of him and Hannah dancing, and he starts fucking crying. They all go and give him a fucking group hug, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Like, I'm starting to get angry already.
Oh
like,
my God.
Starting to reach that level of pissed off.
He said, this is fucking stupid.
So then, all of a sudden, now we get to Tyler, the dude that got raped with the broomstick. So Bryce's friends, they try to do this cover-up scheme and shit like that, and then their shit just starts blowing up. So Tyler, the one who fucking, I guess, blew his head off. Not blew his head off. I don't know, something happened. He came back to school, and he ends up getting jumped by Bryce's goons, and they end up getting the broomstick and sticking it up his candy ass. Like, literally sticking it up his ass.
They stuck it up his ass?
Well, do you remember that story? Because that's based on a true story. But so I'm like, that story, I'm kind of like, well, number one, did you actually have to pay residuals to the kid that actually went through that in real life? Because
wait, so that actually happened to somebody?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember. It was about 3 or 4 years ago.
Somebody got jumped, and then somebody stuck a broom.
Yeah, it was. They were doing it was football hazing.
It was football hazing.
It was high school football hazing, and they caught one of the kids, and they molested
they
them
better
with the broom.
pay that family.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now you're going into
because it happened randomly. It was like, why did you guys feel the need to do that? They stuck it up his ass, and then what made it worse is when he took the stick out, the broom out, you saw a little residue of shit and blood on it. And I'm like, was that necessary? And then he throws it, and then he's sitting there with blood coming out of his ass. Literally, I'm not making this up.
Bruh.
Too much, man.
So
That's
then,
wild.
So then he gets pissed off, and they're having the school dance. They're having a school dance. He gets pissed off. He gets guns, and he starts showing. And he shows up ready to shoot these motherfuckers the fuck up. And then Clay comes out like, no. If y'all don't see me, I have my hands up. He's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want you to die. And, he takes the gun and then he kind of runs off in the car and he's holding the gun. And then his friends come out like, what are we going to do now? And the cops are showing up and he's like, I don't know. And then it just goes black. And I'm like, man, fuck this show.
Hey, man, they can't be showing kids shooting up schools.
No,
right
here's
now.
the thing. That's the thing that makes it. No, and there's one other part in there that pissed me off with this damn show. So this is gonna make you fun. This one I said, fuck.
Good transition, by the way.
I know.
That. You feel me? That alley-oop was great.
We're gonna get there. I'm gonna hold the alley-oop for a minute until then. But this one part that pissed me off. You know how I was always like, man, don't get on Hannah. So before she died, because Clay was going crazy, he said he didn't want to forgive her and shit like that. So. After that little speech and shit like that, his mom, Hannah's mom, gave him a note. He's like, oh yeah, I found this on the work computer before when I was cleaning it out, and I thought I was waiting to give it to you, but I thought I'd give it to you now. You know what the note was? It said, reasons why not, from Hannah. Like, reasons why I shouldn't kill myself. And there was like 9 or 10 of them on there, and the majority of them were my mom, dad, and a few friends, and the majority of them were Clay.
So why didn't they just do a whole season of...
Motherfucker, I don't know. That pissed me off. I'm like, so pretty much a majority.
You just threw a pen.
It was like 13 reasons. It was like 10 reasons. So you trying to tell me, I was like, well, that's 10 reasons. I got 13 reasons. I'm still going to do it. What? No, fuck you. No. And it was just like, this dude just really just going crazy over this bitch. And then... I'm just going to call it that. He was going crazy over this bitch, and now he finds out that he was the majority of the reasons why she shouldn't kill herself, and she still puts up there like, nah, I'm still going to kill myself. Fuck that nigga. Or bitch. Whatever. That shit pissed me off. Anyway.
Welcome to my world.
First of all, I don't know if y'all caught it, but I threw an alley-oop earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So school shooting. So there was a school shooting that happened, that was about to happen, because they dropped the season literally the same day as what happened in Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Really? It was the same exact day?
Yes, that's when they
same
dropped
exact
it.
day.
That's when they dropped it. That's when they dropped the season.
That's wild.
Yeah, and it's wild. Like, craziest thing about it too was it's my mom's birthday was on Friday the 18th.
Oh,
wow,
shit,
happy belated birthday.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I didn't know that. You tell me.
Mama Cole.
And so of course I start feeling sick. Like that's pretty much how I spent my whole weekend just fighting off a virus. Next thing I know, we both turned on the TV and she's like, well, that's a way to start. Yeah.
Well,
and it's this. All of a sudden, we're trying to figure out what's happening because at that point, there's not much details out other than firearm on campus.
Oh, what the fuck?
Apparently, the 17-year-old, I don't even want to give his name out for clout, but he pops up at the school and he goes in the auditorium or the cafeteria and he just yells out "surprise" and just starts spraying.
And the reason why he did all that is because this chick he hella like turned him down. So he
really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
So that's what they're saying?
Yeah.
Apparently.
And what makes it
and this kid's white,
of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and what makes it even worse is that they're saying he might make parole. He might not even get the death penalty.
That's the biggest thing for me is like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I think all the school shootings is bad. You know what I mean? Like, I've always felt that way, and I felt like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know there's a lot of people with like emotional distress and whatever they're going through in life, but like these depressed kids is like it's so crazy, man. Like that they would do something so wild to ruin people's lives. You know what I mean? But like when all the signs are pointing somewhere, like this kid was coming to school every day with a trench coat, from what I heard, and all this stuff. But and like and you don't trust those kids.
I'm calling about shit. Like,
yeah, but and then on top of that, like no matter if a girl turns you down or not, it's not worth it. But the thing that pisses me off is the fact that this kid is 17 years old. He killed 10 people, right?
Right.
10 people, and it might make parole, but then there's people like TK who killed. I think he killed 2, right? Or he killed somebody. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Killing
right?
somebody, regardless, is horrible.
Right.
But the fact that he's facing life in the same state, you know what I mean? Like there's something going on. There's a misconnect there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So nothing against the people that are white, and because you don't choose what you are at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But there is got to be a point where somebody steps in and says, no, this is like unjust. You know what I mean? Like the fact that there's a kid who just opened fire on 10 people because of whatever the hell he did, might make parole. Like, no, there's
That's
no
fucking
way.
crazy.
There's
That's,
no fucking way.
Well, that's the gun reform. That's the shit that.
And the thing about it though is like people don't realize, like, don't get me wrong, like I grew up around gangs my whole life, and don't get me wrong, I think gangs are like I don't promote it.
Yeah.
I'm not one to speak about it though because I don't know anything about it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you look at a lot of the things that are happening between gangs, they're killing other gang members. They're not killing innocent people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And these people,
there's like a code to their shit.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And if you even look at on television, they even promote that code. Like even like on going back to On My Block, right?
Yeah.
When he was about to kill Latrell. Oh, the little girl showed up and was like, no, we got to save this for another day because you don't do this in front of family.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm not one to speak on it because I've never lived that life, nor do I live that life, but I do know people in it.
Yeah.
You know, so like at the end of the day, you're gonna take gang members off the street, which I get you want to do, and that's completely fine. But at the end of the day, you're gonna charge somebody with one capital murder and put them in life forever, or who may have killed another gang member,
right?
And then you're gonna take somebody who's killed 10 innocent kids and say that they might make parole because there was something mentally wrong with
Right.
them.
I mean, let's go back to the Charleston shooting. That white boy that shot up all the black people and shit.
Oh,
They took him to Burger King.
Yeah, the cops took his ass to Burger King because he was hungry.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
They
So they
did
went and picked him up.
Wait, so this is the Charleston, the church shooting.
The church
right?
shooting,
Okay.
yeah. So obviously,
and he was an act like he was a racist, right?
Oh,
yeah, no, he
went
out
into a
proclaiming.
black church to kill black people, right?
Yeah, EC,
He went in, asked to
I'm
speak
sorry,
to
I'm just getting my current events correct.
Yeah, he went in to ask to speak to the pastor. I think it was.
Yeah, we know the same
receptionist
story.
or whatever.
This dude went after he did all that shit.
Well, no, because I'm just giving him the stories he knows.
So they basically he went in. They called the cops. They came in. They got him, and he was hungry, so they took him to Burger King.
Yeah, made a stop.
They caught him. On the street, and they actually kind of just okay. They even arrest him. They just say, "Yeah, get in here," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm hungry. Oh, you want something to eat?" And they took him to fucking Burger King before they dropped him off.
But you see everybody else who's like a minority gets manhandled, like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for not even.
And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Not all cops are bad. You know, I'm not one to say that because not all cops are bad. But
of course,
it's just like there's something going on. You know what I mean? Like
they don't care about
and that's
and Michael.
And it's true. They really. I mean, I'm not saying everyone, but at the end of the day, like right now with there's such a racial divide everywhere. It's kind of nuts. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, we don't see it a lot in the Bay Area. For the people that are listening outside the Bay Area, like we're a very multicultural place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I grew up with blacks, I grew up with Mexicans, I grew up with Asians, I grew up with Indians, I grew up with white people. You know what I mean? And we're all in the same neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like it's kind of hard for myself to like put myself in other people's shoes because I don't realize how multicultural we are until you go somewhere else.
No, for sure.
You go 4.5 hours, 5 hours south of here, you go to LA. LA's a little different than we are. Like, and you don't realize it until you get there. Like, I'm Mexican, I'm full-blown Mexican. And I'm in the music industry, obviously, so I'm around a lot of black people. You know what I mean? So, like, a lot of my friends, when I went out there, were black.
Right.
So, I didn't realize it until I'm in the mall, and all these Mexican people are looking at me like, hey, bro, like, that's not how it rolls around here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I asked my cousins, and they're like, hey, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not how it rolls.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, bro, like, this is really 4.5 hours away? Like,
exactly.
What the hell? Like,
right.
So you don't realize it. The Bay Area is so diverse that you just...
I'm so used to being out here, so it's kind of just like, if, go out there, it's like a whole different world.
Yeah, like, my dad told me he went to Alabama and he got called the N-word. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
see, that's another leeway. Fucking... I don't know if you heard about this shit. I'm telling everyone this story. This is still trips me out. So, you heard about that kid in Texas that nearly got lynched?
No, so I didn't hear about that.
Okay, so get ready for this story.
Yeah, I gotta hear about this.
Before we go to lighter news.
Yeah.
So, this kid was a black kid, 14-year-old. I forgot his name, man. Zavon Taylor or some shit like that. I forgot his damn name. Forgive me. But he was going home. He was like, he got off the school bus, got out of school, and he was literally like walking a few blocks from his house. And a red truck pulls up full of these like old white teenagers or whatever, and they grab him. They physically grab him and throw him in there, like kidnap him and shit like that. And they're beating his ass in there and shit like that. And the older white dudes all go like, nigger this, nigger that, the usual shit. And they take him to this cabin. And they're going in there and they're beating his ass, tearing his clothes off, fucking up his shoes, all types of shit like that. He goes in there and from his, his story, he's saying he was looking in there. There was like smelled like dead bodies in there and shit like that. And they said they were gonna kill him. So they said, yeah, let me go get the gun. So old boy left to go get the gun. White boy to go get the gun. he fucking just books it out of there. He just runs, just fucking books it and shit like that.
So they didn't have him tied down or anything?
Oh, no, he just booked it before they even...
Well, there was another detail, too. They said they actually used his phone and called his mom and was telling her, we're going to kill you. We're going to kill this nigga.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. In Texas.
Crazy. And they're still at large.
They're still looking for him.
Oh,
Even though they found the cabin, they said they found the truck, but these motherfuckers are still out there in Texas, Houston, Texas.
I mean, Texas is big, so you know what I mean? But somebody's probably hiding them.
Yeah.
I mean...
And they found the cabin. They saved the car, but it's just like it's crazy. I'm like, no.
So he booked it and he made it. And he was cool.
He made it to like
the road or something?
like the gas station. He told this black lady about what happened, and then he was found safe. But yeah, those motherfuckers were about to lynch him on some Emmett Till shit.
Bro, how does that happen still in today's world? And I think a lot of it has to do with what is going on, like in office. You know what I mean? Like with
They're
the fact that
brave. That's what's going on.
A lot of people are getting brave, and it's scary for people that aren't living in, rural areas that are like, you know what I mean? Like we're a very metropolitan area. Like, you know what I mean? Like we have everybody. You know what I mean? Like I've never met like one really racist person in my life.
You remember when the KKK tried to come out here? You remember that shit?
No, I don't. They probably would have got...
And that's exactly what the fuck happened.
They had it scheduled.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was rescheduled, right?
And they probably got jumped by white people, too. You know what I mean?
Because Mexicans, white, everybody.
Because you got to remember, a lot of white people in San Jose are damn near Mexican. You
right.
know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, damn near everybody almost Mexican out here.
But, yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's just fucked up out here.
That's wild, man. Like, I didn't know about that. Like, that's crazy.
I saw it on Twitter, and I've been low-key following it. It just blew my fucking mind.
Yeah,
the fact that they're still at large, though, is kind of like... That's
Texas.
scary, you know what I mean?
I know, it's Texas. That's why I don't want to move out there, because the tornadoes and racist white folks. And the fucking Cowboys.
I mean, but the Cowboys is down, whole different story. But, I do want to say, send a big blessing to the people in Santa Fe and the high school. I know that they are coming together to, like, help each other and stuff. So that is really cool, to see. Like, because at the end of the day, like, when those big current events happen, that's the community. At least you see the community become stronger in a sense.
Right.
Unfortunately, the unfortunate event, but at the same notion, hopefully something good comes out of it.
For sure.
Of course. Yeah. So the brighter news. Deadpool 2. Do you see it?
I haven't seen it yet. No, but there's a second reason why I will never watch this movie now.
Why?
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
So the love of my life, you know what I mean? I love this girl since I was like 16, bro. Like, and I found out that she was dating Ryan Reynolds, and now I don't ever want to see it because I've known her since I was 16 years old. I've known her since I was 16.
You see the look on my face?
She was dating, so they're not together no more.
Okay.
They're not together no more.
Yeah,
but
he's married now. But I'm like,
they were together. I think like a year ago or two or something, or like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I can't remember.
like years ago.
But it was funny because I looked her up because she's like a famous model now.
Okay.
And
you don't give out names.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give out names because I don't want nobody all up on my girl, you know what I'm saying? But she was in Fast and Furious, but that's all I'm saying.
Which one?
No, I ain't gonna say that.
Too much information.
If they gonna try to put Fast and Furious, San Jose, put it all together.
Right now.
So I guess she was with him, and now I'm like, fuck Ryan Reynolds. That's
the title of this episode. Fuck Ryan Reynolds.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds, if I ever see this on site. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Damn.
But I haven't seen Deadpool 2, but I have
seen the
heard.
first one?
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh.
I have heard people say that it was good. I'm not a big movie buff. I will admit that. You know what I mean? But I think it's because I haven't been in a relationship in like 3 years, so I just stopped going to the movies.
Oh wow!
So
you don't go to the movies by yourself?
Nah, I mean I ain't going. No, I don't. The last movie I went to go see in the movie theater was Coco, and I saw it 3 times in the theater.
Was it with your family or with your girl?
Well, the first time I went with somebody, and then the second time I took my mama, and then the third time I went with somebody again.
Did you cry all 3
I did not.
Come on, the last 10 minutes, you don't got a soul.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never cried like during a scene or anything
part.
in movies. There's only one movie, or not even a movie, a show that brought me close, and it was when Will was yelling at Uncle Phil. You feel me? Yes, exactly. That was the only time I've ever become close. You know what I mean? Just because I don't know what it is, but I did love Coco. But no, I haven't seen Deadpool 2 or 1. But
speaking of that scene,
no, we ain't gonna go back to that scene.
Speaking of that scene, I don't know if it was just me, but I'm starting to realize it
He
wasn't
started laughing
because it seems like.
so started laughing.
Well, no, because I know what it's like from his perspective.
Yeah.
Going from a single parent household. One thing I've noticed that's making me laugh is that I always thought it was just my mom that would just grab me during that scene and just shower me with love.
Yeah.
But he started talking with other people who grew up in a single mother household. I'm like, yeah, man, I hated that shit. Every time I watch that damn episode, my mom fly out from the kitchen trying to give me a hug. And I'm like, okay, so it wasn't
because,
like,
they're just trying to cover you.
Yeah.
From Ryan Reynolds.
Hold on, all right, let's get back to Ryan Reynolds first of all.
First off,
Ryan
fuck
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Let me tell you something right now, Ryan. You stay away from her. All right.
Okay. So Deadpool 2 is a good movie.
It was funny.
So you saw it.
We both saw it.
Yeah, it was funny.
Okay, you saw it.
Yeah, it was funny.
So it's a good movie. So is Deadpool? It's a funny movie or is it an action movie?
It's both. It's based on a comic book. He's
Okay.
like an anti-hero.
Okay.
So
And it's satire in a way.
Right.
He kind of breaks the fourth wall all the damn time. And it's like almost like a parody damn near.
Oh, okay.
Like think of The Mask in a way.
Okay. Can you name one good Ryan Reynolds movie?
that's why he takes a lot of shots at
That's
it.
what I'm
in
saying.
here.
I'm gonna keep taking shots
Just
at him.
Friends.
Man. Just Friends was a great movie. I was just about to bring it
And,
up. I was just about to bring it up.
What's it called?
Only
it's on
because
Netflix. It's on that actually maybe.
Only
actually,
because he sang Backstreet Boys at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the only reason
Yeah.
why.
Maybe it was a Backstreet Boys. I swear it was all for one.
Oh yeah, it was all.
How I know that? Don't ask.
Just don't ask.
Actually, maybe.
Let's get back into how you know that.
Actually, maybe that was a good one with
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, was that a
Buried.
chick flick or something? Or?
Yeah, kind of. And then there was Buried. That was like a kind of a thriller.
Okay.
And
I mean, Ryan Reynolds to me is just like
yeah,
like
it's bitter.
a C minus Ben Affleck. You know what I mean?
Damn, a C minus Ben Affleck. Jesus.
How about that for a title?
A C minus.
Hey, you know what? I'm not one to throw shade at people, but you know what I'm saying? I can throw shade at my girl.
Your emotions are attached.
She ain't
to
really my girl
that's-
yet. Look, I ain't gonna lie though, she really ain't my girl. It's just a living fantasy world, you know what I'm saying? So
Fuck.
His emotions is attached to it.
I'm emotionally attached to this woman.
I
Right?
get his attention. I don't get his attention because he's a smart ass. When he sees that, he's gonna be like, "What?
Who the fuck is Prince Hole?" That's exactly what I would say. I'm like, boy, you got 6,000 followers. Shut your ass down.
He gonna text her. Who the hell this motherfucker on his podcast
Yeah.
talking bad about me?
Smart ass. Smart ass.
And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't shit. You feel me? So it's cool. It's cool. He's C-list, but you feel me?
Damn, but
I'm
he's
like,
the A-list, man. He got the bag,
Okay,
man. That's
okay.
number one movie in the country right
he
now.
A-list, and I'm like, I'm not even on the list. So you know what I'm saying?
talk my shit.
I can talk my shit. You know what I'm saying?
C minus Ben Affleck. That would hurt his feelings.
Hey, man.
That would really hurt his feelings.
That's
I
pain.
could see him. I could see him.
Is that petty?
No, that's pain.
Oh,
That's pain and
I thought you said that's petty.
and pain.
Petty pain.
Just end the show right there.
No, in other news.
Shit.
I don't even know where we're supposed to go
Go
from
see
now.
Deadpool.
What? Why
We ain't
does
even
this
gonna
even
dive
take...
into it.
Well, you know, speaking of Deadpool, let's talk about the royal wedding.
I didn't watch that.
I
Shit.
didn't watch it either.
My mom camped out in the living room to
Bruh.
watch that shit.
She
yeah.
sat down in the living room at 2 a.m.
Mhm.
So I don't know if my mom woke up, but all I know is so my sister was here this past weekend
Okay.
with my nephew and my brother-in-law, and then they were like we just kept trying to say like, oh, what are we gonna do on Saturday? What are we gonna do on Saturday? And all my mom and my sister kept talking about was like, oh, we gotta watch the royal wedding. I'm like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? I don't even know what the hell a royal wedding is. Like, you know what I mean? A royal wedding to me is seeing.
Exactly.
I don't know. The last royal wedding was Coming to America.
Coming to America.
That's a royal wedding.
Hey, that's a world wedding.
Nah, it was a big deal because obviously it was what's her name again?
Why?
Princess.
Because she's black?
No,
Yeah.
not just because she's black. She was an actress on that USA show called Suits,
Oh, okay.
and she came up.
Interracial marriage isn't allowed in
Well, no, it was.
That's not
I mean, America was making a big deal out of it. Like UK was kind of like,
Whatever.
yeah. But I guess Lifetime ended up doing one of their
They
little.
did those- yeah, Lifetime.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Lifetime makes money, so.
And then come to find out, his grandma once they had because I guess over there custom is once the prince or was he a prince or
Isn't he like sixth in line?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Like he'll never be the king. Or
Right.
He's like a duke now, anyway, right?
Yeah. So once they're ready to marry, they got to go to the eldest in the family, which is the grandmother. And so that's when he asks, do we have your hand in blessing? Amidst all this chaos that's going on because of her background.
What's she say?
And then apparently in the film, she pulls him back to this little dark cabinet area and shows him all these pictures saying, "We're from African descent. So." Yeah, you have it in your blood. I have it in my blood too.
Yeah,
This is a
that's
big
right.
deal.
That's Princess
That's
Diana's,
real, though.
That's Princess Diana's fucking son.
Princess
Like
Diana's
Yeah.
the one.
yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, shit, I really ain't a prince. It's just all a front. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what's going to happen. I ain't ever going to get married, so I ain't going to become a duke.
They
so.
had hella people there, but
I might have to just drop that
You know how
name.
petty he was? He invited his ex to the wedding.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, he's real.
And she was,
He's
bruh.
real for that.
He's
I always said if I ever got married, I'm inviting all my hoes. Just to see what happens.
You just want to start shit, huh?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm
Just for the
playing.
fuck of it. All of
Wait, so what happened? What's happened?
well, no, actually, not even what happened. I'm actually kind of counting, thinking of
Well, you would
some of the ones I know that you're talking about in the
don't
past,
even go- don't
and I'm
even
trying
go
to
there.
figure out, like, damn, that actually would look kind of cool
That
and
would
funny.
be great.
That
That was wild,
Would
bro.
you invite Ryan Reynolds' ex?
Hell yeah. No, because I'm going to be getting
And
married to her. You feel me?
And Ryan.
And I'm inviting his ass. It'll be like Deadpool 2 sucked. That's the theme wedding. I'm like,
I still
I never
can't get
even seen
over
it.
that. I still
never
can't get
even
over
seen it.
C minus Ben Affleck. Not even a C, just a C minus. Like,
He had a 70%, you know what I'm saying?
ah,
70.
Jesus.
Hey, some people make that work. And
He may have been a 69.9, but I decided to give him that extra point. You know what I'm saying? Just because of Just Friends. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. But I wasn't George Clooney at the wedding? No, he wasn't.
Nah.
George Clooney was at
Who
the
was the
wedding.
dude that?
Was?
Who was the dude that was who sings the karaoke in the car or whatever?
Oh, I know the dude from the
Drop the mic or whatever.
Yeah, CB.
He's
Um,
tight. He's tight. I
yeah.
like him. I know he was at
Oprah
the
was
wedding.
there. Fucking
David
Oprah?
Beckham showed up with too much sauce, and he
Oh, I
stole
heard
the shuffle.
David Beckham.
Yeah.
I heard David Beckham showed up with the sauce.
He
I
showed
heard.
up with all the sauce, man.
Serena
Pause,
Williams
pause,
was there.
pause.
Serena Williams. Pause, yeah.
Serena Williams showed up buff
Yeah,
as shit.
That's a best friend.
Oh, for real?
Mhm.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
She from
BFFs.
Compton?
Yeah.
No, I think they just met.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I said, damn. A prince
but-
married a girl from Compton? He real, man. He knows it's about to go down.
But
Shit.
yeah, man, shout out to them. The whole world was watching and shit.
That's
like
cool,
that.
though. I mean, you know what I mean?
But
Like,
they don't really have powers like that, the king and queen.
What do you mean they don't got
got power like that.
but they just like a royal family, right? Oh,
Right.
look at, hey, fake Clay in the stands. I didn't even
Oh,
notice.
Oh, he's injured.
Fake Clay back.
Oh, he's back.
Fake
Yeah.
Clay back.
Oh, yeah. Now, if we're watching the game, the Houston came back. And
My
they
bad,
won
guys.
by one.
My bad.
No, we do that every now and then. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where we at now? Hold on.
Where we at?
Where we at now?
Well, the Billboard Awards happened this past Sunday.
Oh, they did?
And
I didn't even watch.
Yeah, you missed nuts, but they did.
Don't feel bad. I was sick all weekend, so a lot of this stuff I was kind of like, let me just get.
Oh, you was
real
watching,
quick.
though.
No, I watched.
No,
When I'm sick, I be watching nothing but TV. I ain't gonna lie.
No,
I watch
my
Harry
girl-
Potter all the time.
My girl came
Watch
over.
what?
Harry Potter.
Hey, which one was your favorite?
Whatever. All of them.
Don't say all of them. You gotta
Oh,
pick one.
shit. I mean, Goblet of Fire was one
I
of my
still ain't
favorites.
seen one Harry Potter.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Half-Blood Prince is up there.
I like the
Deathly, both Deathly Hollows I love. You feel me? So it's kind of hard.
It's
You
kind
know,
of crazy. I had HBO Go, and I remember I binge watched
Except
all 7 of them.
My
bitches.
Pottermore just fucked me up though.
My
so.
Pottermore.
Yeah, you ever gone to My Pottermore?
Oh, I've heard about that shit.
Bro, I'm a Hufflepuff. I didn't even know.
I'm
hot. I was hot,
Well,
bro.
you wanted to be Gryffindor?
Hell yeah, I want to be Gryffindor. The second time I did it twice because I was mad. Second time I got Gryffindor, but my family don't let me live it down. I'm Hufflepuff now, so I guess me and Cedric Diggory homies. You know what I'm saying?
See, he threw a lot of references that JC doesn't even know.
That's
I'm like,
cool.
sure, cool.
I
It's
know.
whatever.
I know. We know.
Back to the Billboard Awards and Janet Jackson. Did she show her titty again? No?
No,
No.
she won an Icon Award.
For showing her titty.
No, nigga, Janet Jackson. It's Janet Jackson.
All
It was a legend award.
So do you think, hold on, this is a real question. Is Janet Jackson
Yes.
is she an icon without
sure.
Michael?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
And without the Jackson family, she's still an icon?
Yes. Janet Jackson established
All
herself.
right, for sure.
You don't think so?
I think
Now-
so. I'm just saying, I'm asking the question.
Now, whether or not
It's an
she-
open-ended question, but I'm
Okay,
asking the
okay,
question.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
now whether or not she would have gotten to the points in her career where she established that on her own, that's up for debate. But once she got there, Yeah.
That's my shit. And I remade it, so yeah, I can't hate on her.
Oh, they tied it up now.
I can't hate. Oh man, here we go.
but yeah, so she got the award, and then she ended up doing like a
She
medley
did
of
a
all.
melody of her greatest hits.
Oh, she
yeah.
did? Was it hard?
It was cool. It was cool. She only did Nasty, and then she did.
What was her best album?
Her best album? Oh, I was about to say Velvet Rope to me is her best album.
Velvet Rope.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't even know.
Damn.
I'm either go with Rhythm Nation.
Whichever one that.
Rhythm Nation or Janet.
What song is that?
I forgot the damn thing.
Go deep.
Oh, that's Velvet Rope.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's the best album. For sure. Best album for sure.
No, Janet established
I'm gonna sound ignorant as fuck right now.
Janet established herself, man. She did. She established herself when she established herself when her brother was still at her peak, still at his fucking
that's true.
epic peak.
That's
she
true.
still established herself not as just Michael's sister, but
I mean,
one of the
she
greatest.
she was the second best Jackson in the family. So
Pretty much. That's not.
you know what
even
I mean, that's not saying much, but you know it is.
Like when everyone says name of Jackson other than Michael and Janet.
Tito.
That's it.
That's it.
Jermaine. I only know Jermaine because of the fucked up haircuts.
And that fucking sweaty ass, greasy ass forehead.
Only reason, shit, and that's only from the movie.
Not even that, man. I remember at the funeral he was performing. I had to wipe my fucking screen. My fucking greasy ass
Drip, drip,
forehead.
drip, drip,
Drip, drip, drip.
Came through dripping.
Yeah,
Drip, drip. But yeah, man, Janet. I'm not gonna go on a whole discussion about Janet, but she is one of the greatest of all time.
For sure.
For sure, yeah, definitely.
No, we could go into a whole discussion about it. I don't mind, like you know.
Oh, I know, but shit. So, Nicki Minaj is. I'm trying to like transition into greatness, into epic failness.
Oh,
Nicki Minaj.
here we go.
Nicki Minaj. Oh my God.
Minaj.
And hey,
So I didn't see the SNL performance.
oh,
So all I do is keep hearing about it.
nasty.
So you know about the singles, right?
Okay, yeah,
The
Chun-Li
and then the
one with
Barbie
Playboy,
Teens.
right?
Barbie Teens.
Yeah.
Barbie Teens. Okay.
All right, so she comes out, she performs Chun-Li. Choreography was
my
pretty
God.
cool, decent, whatnot.
Uh-huh.
But you know, she's doing pretty much the same stuff that she made her name off of years ago. So there's not much evolution there.
So is she like doing the whole like Barbie thing again?
Yep.
I guess you could say.
The Rome, like imitate, like letting Roman pop out,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So that was like, all right, this still ain't hitting, but it is what it is.
Uh-huh.
And then out of nowhere, she brings out Playboy Cardi to do Playboy Cardi song "Poke It Out" that she's featured on instead of doing Barbie Tings, and that shit was
Trash.
you could tell
So
like
you didn't like the Cardi? You don't like the Playboy record, or was it just
No,
a bad way to?
the
to do
performance was
SNL?
garbage.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like they didn't have anything rehearsed or anything.
Oh,
Like
so
they
it was
just jumped out
awkward.
on they
Was it
just
awkward?
jumped out on stage. He's grinding too close up on her, and she's like letting it be known like
Oh shit!
don't be up on me like that. And then at one point she even tells him, "Stand here."
Yeah.
Like
No way.
Yeah.
She said, "Stand here." Like, oh wow.
And
You're lying to me.
yeah, so it was just like I'm watching it and I'm like,
she said like "Stand
ugh.
here," and then they just edited hella awkwardly. And her album's coming out in what, next few weeks? No.
June 15th.
See, me and JC are kind of debating if she's gonna be number one on the billboards or whatever. I don't think so. I
mean,
still
she's
don't
Nicki
think-
Minaj at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So
This ain't the same Nicki though.
See, for me, it's not. It has nothing to do with her. It's about who she's going up against. And right now,
it's Cardi.
And well, no, not even that. Just who she's going up with.
The week
dropping.
Oh, that week?
Yeah.
Oh, so is she dropping with somebody
And
else?
so apparently Nas is supposed to drop, but we know Nas's fan base isn't going to push him to number one like that. And out of spite, because of the whole situation that the two of them were in, I know how crazy her fan base is. They'll just pop up her songs
They're gonna buy it regardless.
just to spite him. So really, that's not a contest there. And then he was telling me the Rolling Stones might be dropping, but
And
we
a
don't
few
know if
other
that's
people.
original
Yeah.
content or a compilation.
I think Nicki Minaj's fan base is. I think we're forgetting she's a superstar.
Right.
Like she's a superstar.
If
like,
she was a superstar, how come those last few singles flopped?
which one? The
No
Barbie?
Frauds, Barbie Teens, Chun-Li. They all
Well,
flopped.
isn't No Fraud? Didn't No Frauds go number one?
Hell no. That shit flopped.
Went number one for like a day or two.
Yeah, but like officially
But see,
on the Billboard.
that's where I'm
shit.
going at. It's not necessarily that she's gonna rock Billboard the entire duration. We're just talking about for a week, and then after that,
Yeah,
expect her
but
to
the thing
tumble
was,
down.
No Frauds didn't even crack the top 10. When she released it, it was number one on iTunes.
So,
for like
do
a
you
little
think
bit.
Nicki's gonna? Do you think the whole album's gonna be rap though? I think the album's gonna be like some
It's
pop
gonna be
shit
the
again.
same shit. It's called Queen. It's gonna be the same shit she always does, and she's gonna think it's gonna pop. No, it's not gonna be no growth. It's the
Do
same
you
thing.
think that people just love Cardi so much right now too?
Cardi has better
It's a
music?
mixture of
period.
both.
But like, cause
too.
Cardi's just herself. That's why people love her so much.
No, for sure.
And Nikki feels threatened by her. So, and I've talked about this before. I've already pissed off all the fucking Barbs.
We had a whole
And the
episode
Barbs,
dedicated to that.
dude, they attack people.
Yeah.
No, they're not. I'm not scared of the Barbs. I'm more scared of the Beehive. Beehive is scary. Don't ever
they
piss
wild.
off Beehive.
That's a scary team right there.
Mm-hmm.
Scary team for sure.
Oh yes.
And the Warriors are down right now.
Yeah, they came out in fucking
Down
nowhere.
7.
Like I just saw James Harden just like steal from fucking Kevin Durant like multiple times. And
I don't like this.
See how quiet.
I'm gonna reserve judgment because
You know how they.
So,
are.
but basically, with the Nikki performance, you guys were just disappointed in it.
I wasn't disappointed. It was what I expected.
So you expected it to be bad?
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to be that bad. Oh, it wasn't really
Right.
bad.
Was she on SNL or she was just a performer?
just the performer.
And she did do like one little skit video.
Oh, there was
I
a
didn't
skit.
Watch. It's Tina Fey was hosting.
Oh, Tina Fey.
Okay,
Yeah, Tina Fey's fine as hell though.
She is.
she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Definitely.
That was pretty much
Agreed.
it. No, but
Can we get a little ding in that one or something like that? Trying to get some points on that one. You feel me? Level up on that one.
I got you. I got you.
But at the same time, fuck Nikki. She ain't gonna go number one. I just still feel it in my gut. I don't think she's going number one.
It's not about her though. It's about who she's going up against.
I
Because
feel
if there's
it.
nobody else to go up against, then how do you not go number one?
Well, Rolling Stone
That's
is
the
Rolling
thing.
Stone, man. You know what I mean? Like, if
Rolling Stone's Rolling Stone, but then I was going back and looking at what they did on the charts when it comes to their compilations of greatest
That's
hits. They weren't, even
weren't
with those,
charting
they
like
weren't
that.
going number one. They were still making the charts, but it wasn't anything
You
major.
never know, though, because people have been waiting for this Nas album. I'm a huge Nas fan, you feel me? But at the end of the day, I feel like Nas's users
and he's
may
getting produced
not...
by Kanye.
Yeah, but
So-
Nas's users may not be on, Apple, Spotify, all like that. They're still physical copy people because, what I mean, they're a little bit older. You know what I mean? So you never know.
That's why I brought that up.
But, I mean, talking about people at number one, we should
That
talk
would
about
be
J. Cole
some-
then.
That would be some funny ass shit if Nas goes number one. I would
That'd be
laugh my
crazy.
ass off.
I'll be funny.
But think about it, though, because who's number one right now? And it's J. Cole. You know what I mean? So, like, why wouldn't Nas be able to do the same thing with content?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you
His
never
first
know.
album in 4 years?
It's been a while.
No,
6.
6 years.
Since Cherry Wine and everything came
yeah,
out, right?
since Life is Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like 7 tracks, supposedly all produced by Kanye. So,
We'll see what happens. That might be amazing. You never know.
Right.
but since we were talking about J. Cole earlier, he did this interview with Angie Martinez. You watched that?
Nope.
It was pretty cool.
But I was talking about, I know people were talking to me about watching it because I guess he talks about like meditation and everything in it. You know what I mean? So like I know my homies, they're like really big with me with meditation and stuff too because they want me to like calm down because like I'm very like
Animated.
yeah, I'm animated in a sense, but at the same time like for people who follow me like on social media and Instagram, I'm very quiet.
Yeah, you're very
Yeah.
calm.
You know what I mean?
on
I'm very
Twitter.
quiet, but it's
You're the
because
opposite of what you are right now on Twitter.
well, yeah. Well, it's because I don't like expressing myself a lot of times because, one, I want people to judge me for my music. I don't want people
Right.
to judge me for my
Yeah.
opinions. You know
Right.
what I mean? And that's just
You
how I am.
called-
Well, fuck Ryan Reynolds at this point. You feel me? Have all the Ryan Reynolds fans tweet me in. Because I don't have a real hate for Ryan Reynolds.
I know, but just,
It's pain, man.
At the end of the
It's all
day,
pain.
he hurt my woman.
he hurt you by taking your
Exactly.
And then hurting her.
Yeah, and he hurt her, if you know what I mean.
yeah, bedroom.
Yeah, poking her and shit.
Anyway,
No
yeah.
Facebook.
Okay, so the interview was good, I'm guessing, with Angie
Yeah,
Martinez.
no, he covered a lot. Obviously, the meditation. He even started going into detail with some of his addictions. He even pointed out that somebody like him still battled with alcoholism, and he didn't even realize it until he was starting to either put himself in situations or just being in situations, being in an industry like, okay, I got an event I got to go to. Let me just have a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And then when he started catching it, then he would start going out and he started noticing those urges were still there, even though he was telling himself don't do it.
Yeah.
So then he had to go back to the source, and then that's when he started reliving stuff from his childhood, saying, okay, this is something that is attached to that.
Well, that's why the Kill Edward shit came out, right?
Right. And then another addiction he was talking about was social media just in general.
Social media is addicting to everybody, though.
Right.
That's the thing.
Everybody.
At the end of the day, I don't speak on social media, but I'm on social media.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I watch Busby go crazy. You know what I mean? Every
Just on
day,
Twitter.
and the shit fucking makes me laugh.
I'm
you know,
better
Right.
now.
Twitter is by far the funniest.
I
thing
still
ever,
can't believe that
period.
app is free.
You know what I mean? Like
Hey,
Twitter is still
hey,
the
man.
greatest thing of all time. Period. And don't talk about no free apps and shit because I don't want no. Don't speak that type of shit into existence.
Yeah,
Right?
for real.
But you know what I mean? Like, but battling addiction, that's real. Like at the end of the day, like especially in the music industry, coming from somebody who like has been around it for so long. You know what I mean? I've been around these people who like are successful and stuff. I
Right.
may not be successful, but I'm around people that are.
Yeah.
And you
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Like, and you start to see people change. You know what I mean? And it's you don't see it because you can't see it yourself. You can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Damn, you're acting different." You know what I
Right.
mean? Until finally you get calmed down. And believe me, like I've seen people get it to the highest of their highs, where they're sitting there with the bottles in their sections, and then all of a sudden nobody cares about them no more, and all of a sudden they're being the nicest people in the world again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're starting to realize all the shit that they were doing wrong, like going to the clubs. Like at the end of the day, when you're in the music industry and you're getting booked for a club or you're getting booked for a show, you're going booked for business.
Yeah.
Do you go to work drunk? I hope not. You
Right.
know what I mean? So, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. If that's what brings that energy that you have and that's your persona, then hey, you know, to each his own.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you're a J. Cole who's going to be sitting there and really spitting lyrics and try to speak to people or just any type of artist that has that type of mentality, you got to be like sane with them because you're trying to speak saneness into people. So if they're seeing you do something else, it's a contradiction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're talking about these kids like he does on KOD, right? Like, if you're speaking about these kids that are popping Xannies and drinking all the time, and you're speaking of the little pumps of the world, as he says, right? Or whoever else, you can't sit there and do all the shit behind closed doors and then expect people to look up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So, I'm guessing his meditation was a lot of self-reflection. Of like,
Exactly.
damn, maybe I was addicted to alcohol. You know what I mean? I fight with that every day.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I go home and I'm like, bro, like, I need a drink.
Right.
Like, when you say that, there's something wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're saying you need something to rely on.
No, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? So, like, you have to like, reflect on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
think
No, I
you
agree.
really like this album.
I loved KOD. I did. I
a great
did.
album.
I haven't, I've sat there and listened, but there's still things that I'm finding that I'm like, damn, like,
Oh yeah,
Right.
that album has layers to it. That's
Yeah.
why I really fuck with
there's
it.
a lot of stuff, and it's crazy because the big J. Cole fans of the world, and I'm a huge J. Cole fan, but the big J. Cole fans of the world that I know, a lot of them felt like he was becoming complacent on the last two albums. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, there's sometimes where I want to complain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to be like, why haven't I gotten my shot? Why haven't, you know what I mean? That's not what he's saying. He's just talking about how he's feeling.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with talking about it. But it comes to a point where, like, even sometimes I hate when people are complaining about shit. It's just
Right,
like, dude,
right.
just chill. Like,
Yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Like, just make the same music that you've been making forever. You know what I mean? Like, go back. Like, not go back, but just continue to progress and give us what we loved so much.
Exactly.
For sure.
Right? Like, Drake does it every time. He remakes the same album 50 times. But it just does it so good and so different that it's that. You know what I mean? Not to get the topic off of J. Cole or anything.
I know. Oh yeah.
But
we'll
it's just-
get to him.
It's super cool. Like, and with the social media, bro, every day.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when I wake up, I check my Instagram.
Yeah,
check
no,
Twitter. I check Twitter for the news. Literally, that's the first thing I do.
Yeah, because I'm in those.
Twitter
the-
is my news.
It
Right.
pretty much is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
when I go to
bouncing
the
between-
Explorer, that's how I found out about the Santa Fe show.
Yeah. No, it's bouncing between that and then the sports and the nerd groups that I'm in on Facebook. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like trying to just clear all the notifications off the phone. Just
So
so
you're
I don't
still
have to
on
see
Facebook
'em.
then?
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like I'm like the only person that's not on Facebook still.
I'm still on Facebook.
Okay.
I just go just to like share videos. And
Yeah, honestly, if it wasn't for, promoting the show
Mhm.
and then the groups that
Well-
I'm in,
Well, to
I'd
be
be
honest,
gone.
and I say this all the time, and people think I'm joking. Oh, Clay got hurt. People think I'm joking, but like, if it wasn't for my music, I probably wouldn't have social media.
no, oh yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
And like, it's because like I see how toxic it is. Like, you know what I mean? And like,
People become different people.
I
on
see how
social
much
media.
happier people are without it. Like my sister and my brother-in-law only have Snapchat.
Okay.
But it's only just so that way they could like still communicate with like some of the friends.
Right.
But they don't have any other social media, and they're so happy.
I did I took like, a month or two off?
Hella random. You
Like
did that.
last
Yeah.
year. And it's just
Yeah,
just deconnecting, and then it just puts everything back in perspective. Like you said, waking up and the first thing you do is check the
That's
notifications.
horrible.
Yeah, so then
I know I do horrible shit every
Right.
single day.
right. So now so when I was doing that, it was a matter of, okay, let me wake up, let me go take a walk for like 15 minutes. Just even if it's overcast,
Yeah,
sunny, or
that's
whatever,
healthy,
like
bro.
let
That's
me go
healthy.
take a walk. So there's definitely a point where you just got to detach and then kind of just get your priorities back in order.
I always tell people this all the time because me on Twitter, I'm kind of just a personality in a way, and people always like become characters. But when they meet me, this is who the fuck I am. When I am online, is who I am in person.
Yeah.
And
He's still talking his shit.
I still talk my shit, and I can log off, and I just know if I log off, people don't know who the hell I am.
When we walk away,
it's entertaining. It's not. It's like, to me, it's kind of addiction, not me, but I know I can contain it.
Right.
I don't let it consume me.
But do you feel like when something happens, you need to tweet it?
Like, depending on what it is.
Like, so let's say, like, right now you just seen the craziest dunk of your life. Would you go straight to Twitter?
To go straight to Twitter. If I, nah. I wouldn't go straight to Twitter. Like, that's what
let's say if you're watching the game by yourself.
If I was watching the game by myself, I'd probably tweet about it, maybe.
Yeah.
Or, like, at concerts, especially. Like, that's what I noticed when I went to, like, the Kendrick Lamar concerts or any.
I actually have a great point about that. I have a great point about that.
I see everyone on their phones and shit. I remember I had that aha moment. Word to Oprah, aha. No, but I remember I went to the Watch the Throne tour, and I was like, I was anticipating going to that show, and I was looking at all the shit on YouTube with all the shows and shit. So when the show started, I took my phone out, and I'm like, and I was looking at my phone, and I was like, why do I have my phone out?
Right.
Jay-Z and Kanye West are right in front of me. I put the phone down. I took it out every now and then, but I just enjoyed the damn show.
Well, that's why I keep telling people. I'm like, stop living living the best moments of your life through your phone.
Right.
You're not gonna go back and look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, I have so much shit recorded in my phone that I never look at.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because I remember the moment. And that's the biggest thing. Like, people, like, I always wanted to throw, like, eventually when, like, if I ever got, like, really big, I always wanted to throw shows with no cellular devices allowed.
Kendrick wanted to do that.
You know what I mean? But it's just so hard to do because, like, people rely on their phone so much. Don't get me wrong, I do too. You know what I mean? I rely on my phone to figure out how to get me places, communicate with people. Like, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I'm in the same boat. I'm not one to judge anybody.
For sure.
But at the same notion, enjoy that moment, man. Like, you never know when you're going to see that moment again.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hated the moment when I went to the St. Pablo tour and I saw Kanye rant and then go off stage and like Cudi showed up. I was there.
Oh, you at the second show?
Not Cudi was there. But like just
the San Jose
the San Jose show
too.
And I was at the same point. I was happy because of the moments that I had. But at the same notion,
10 minutes when it started,
you know what I mean? Like, but at the same notion. Now I'm like, I look back and I'm like, at least it's a memory. You know what I mean? Like, I got a memory from that. But like, because I wasn't living through my phone anymore.
Right,
you know what I mean?
My phone died.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's the best thing because you end up having the most fun when your phone dies.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I mean? So like, I understand like, so it says that he's trying to understand the balance of addiction and the importance of using his voice, right?
Yeah, so because what had happened with that was he was talking about how literally hours after the album had dropped, everybody started DMing him. And when I say everybody, it wasn't just celebrities, like just fans. Yeah. And he
imagine
said,
how much love you get.
Right. And he said there's this guy that hit him up like, yo, I literally just went out to celebrate 420 and I like restocked up. And he goes, because I just didn't want to feel any pain. Like my mom was going through the same stuff you're talking about your mom went through and she just died a little while ago.
So that's the importance of using his voice.
Right. And so Angie had asked him, because there are times you disappear from social media, like, you'll come back, you'll talk about like the Kaepernick situation, and then you'll kind of like fade in the background, and then you kind of come back, and he goes, that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now is I'm trying to find that balance where I don't want it to just be where I come back to just promote an album, but at the same time I can see how this can get to an addicting point. He goes, but I'm realizing how powerful my voice is, not to be in a gloating way, but just I understand that.
No, as a superstar in general or someone that does music, you don't realize how big of a voice you have.
I don't think J. Cole realizes how big his voice is until recently. Yeah. Right now, Tim, Kendrick, and Drake, they're like the three kings.
They're top three. And unfortunately, Big Sean doesn't get the shine that he should, too.
Big Sean and Wale.
Yeah, like, it's unfortunate, but at the same notion, like, I think anybody in music, because, like, bro, I get DMs, like, bro, like, I'm nobody. Like, I get DMs about people saying that my songs changed their lives.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, like, it's so crazy to me. Like, I'm like, bro, like, if I ever gave this up, that person would feel like they could have to give up in life as well. Like,
no, for sure.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's kind of tough when you put yourself in that situation because you're not signing up to be a role model. It's just like an NBA player, like Russell Westbrook. He's not signing up to be a role model for somebody, but you become one because people have this dream, and you know what I mean, and they want to do those same type of things. So I get it. It's so hard to find that balance because you're going to put too much pressure on yourself at one point.
Right.
And then you're going to go crazy because you're going to feel like every person that you've touched throughout your journey, you have to continue to touch.
Oh, yeah.
And you can never let them down.
Right.
But at the end of the day, one thing I always tell people, bro, if I ended my music career today, I would still be happy with the stuff that I did.
Oh, for sure.
And the reason why is because there's somebody in the world who wants to be in my position.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's somebody like, bro. Like I look back at my track record, and don't get me wrong, I'm not here to gloat or anything, but like, 15 songs on radio.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? My album just went top 60 like in the nation on iTunes. Like, bro, like a lot of people kill for that type of stuff.
I mean,
like,
if anything, I mean, I was there for a good portion of the time. Like, I'll gloat on your behalf. I mean, my brother right here, he's worked with Ty Dolla $ign, Ray J, I Am Sue. You know, he's put in his hard-earned time.
But think about that. Like, I'm at this level, right?
Right.
Think about somebody like a J. Cole, like a Drake, like a Kendrick, even the Wale's and Big Sean's of the world, or, you know, anybody in that stature. You have to try to somehow always carry yourself in the right light.
Right.
Because if not, you're going to end up looking, unfortunately, like Chris Brown, because Chris Brown just doesn't care, right? He just... But
he's
at the end,
stagnant. He's complacent.
But but at the same point, he's still a superstar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Chris Brown is amazing talent, but got put into such a horrible light that every little thing he did wrong was the worst thing in the fucking world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So if J. Cole makes one false move,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's bad.
And Drake, Drake, you know,
Drake might be untouchable.
No. He made it wrong. He had that dent in his armor since the whole ghostwriting shit.
Oh yeah,
that's always gonna be.
And then turn it into.
But still, it's still gonna be talked about for the rest of his career.
But then did it back to back.
I mean, but I'm just saying he had all those accomplishments, but that dark cloud's gonna be hanging over him for the rest of his career, whether he likes it or not. It's always gonna be.
So how do you come up with that balance? Did he even talk about it at all in the thing? Like,
he said he's still trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think that's an ongoing thing through the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's just like learning, right? You're gonna learn something every day.
Yeah,
that's why he came up with that Kill Edward alter ego.
So Kill Edward was supposed to be his stepfather, right, or something like that.
So Kill Edward is pretty much the way he described it was, quote, the shit that I feel like I inherited from him, end quote. So it was kind of like pretty much just summarizing everything from his childhood. Number one, when Angie asked him about the name, I asked him about the name, he goes, cool ass name. Like, that's number one out the way. He goes, but number two,
sometimes it's just a cool ass name.
But number two, this is when he was recording sessions for For Your Eyes Only. And so he got tired of writing from his own perspective, so he started doing some different perspectives in writing.
And people don't even realize that sometimes.
Yeah, they're even on Apple Music, the Kill Edward sessions.
Yeah.
You know
really?
Yeah, just type in Kill Edward.
I didn't see that.
There are like a few songs up there.
That's super cool though, because like people don't realize in music, bro, you're going to hit blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's only so much you could write about. You know what I mean? So like when you start writing from different perspectives, people are like, "Oh, that's fake. You were talking about shit that's not real." No, he's being creative.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think movie directors do? They're writing about shit that's not real.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's shit that's based off of it. So like I applaud him for doing that. You know what I mean?
About damn time he did that. He might drop his next album. Like the, what's it called? The Fall Off?
The Fall Off.
But he said it probably won't come to next year.
That's the 1985 track, right?
Yeah.
He said it's going to come to next. He even said that False Prophets and Everybody Dies was supposed to be on it.
Right.
I was like, oh, and he said he's still working on it. So I'm like, okay, so if he's really concentrating on this, because he made KOD in like 2 weeks. That's what he said. He made that shit in 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was going to drop it. Like, I remember I read during those little sessions he had. He said he was going to drop it on Black Friday last year. But he was like, yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to make some tweaks here and there and shit like that.
I mean, it's good, though. I mean, the world needs different, you know what I mean? And that's what it is.
What the world really needs is that Kendrick and J. Cole album. That's what they really fucking need.
Do you think that'll ever happen? Like,
no,
do you think you have to speak it into fruition? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, no, what happened was, so Angie touched on that as well.
Oh, she did?
So
see, shout out Angie Martinez. She got the same last name as me.
So. That's when he had stated, there was never an album done. We had just locked in. We were just doing songs, and then, I think Ab-Soul came out and just kind of jokingly said, "Oh yeah, they got
producers.
Yeah, they got whatever."
Yeah.
And he goes,
which what they did, but
right.
I mean, yeah.
He goes, but I mean, basically for the fans that know, it all started with
what was that song called?
The track off of Section 80.
High Power.
High Power. Thank you.
Hey, how can you forget about High Power?
And then
it's a great song, but it's it's so crazy how much music comes out now.
Right. So it started with that, and then of course they were just doing tracks just to do them.
Yeah.
And so then, of course it led to the whole not collaborating with the artists, and so he's like, I'm in closed off spaces. It's not that I have anything against them. Mm-hmm. He goes, when I rap, obviously I give the bravado, so that's why I say, nobody's worthy to be on my shit. Because But the reality is when I record, I just lock myself off, and I don't do music with, okay, this artist would sound good here.
Yeah.
Because when I'm done recording, I'm to me, the song's done.
Well, you should never want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you should never, unless it's your single or something like that, where you're like.
But he's at that space now. He doesn't even.
You don't need a single.
Yeah,
bro. He even stretched out for singles, like "Work Out." Like that was a stretch for him. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's what. That pissed off J. Cole fans.
You know what I mean?
They would let Nas down when he heard that damn.
You know what I mean? So like, and he talks about it. You know what I mean? But that's the biggest thing about artists of like his stature and people that are doing music to that type of music. You know what I mean? Like you have to take your wins and your losses. You know what I mean? And that's, but he's never really lost at any point. But at the end of the day, like,
but from a fan's point of view, man, they ain't got shit to do now. I mean, J. Cole on tour.
So are they gonna? So the thing about it though is like, what do you want to hear out of a Kendrick and J. Cole album? Because
on different.
There's so many albums.
To me, it's just people want to debate whether who's better.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they're two completely different artists.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Kendrick paints pictures a completely different way than J. Cole does.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Forbidden Fruit came out, I was like, oh, Kendrick's on the hook, and I'm like, oh, so you just kept him on the hook? Oh, because you know about that happened, huh?
Because think about it, Kendrick before Damn, the last two albums were very jazz. You know what I mean? Like they were like.
Kick City wasn't that jazzy.
Well, no, because there was the Untitled one.
Untitled Unmastered.
Untitled Unmastered, and then there was To Pimp a Butterfly. So To Pimp a Butterfly was jazz, like 110%.
I love the sound.
I love that. Untitled Unmastered was kind of like, I think he just gave it to us. You know
because the Untitled Unmastered was all the sessions. We're up to it. See, we've talked about this plenty of times, so I won't go too much into detail. But the reason why I love To Pimp a Butterfly so much is, number one, because of the jazz influence. Like that was the first genre of music.
It's amazing.
I was listening to, but then at the same time, what he was speaking on was exactly what I was going through during that time frame. Like wondering, and it's even to this day, it's like wondering, okay, is my skin tone going to be the reason why this police officer feels a little jumpy today? You know what I mean? Like,
I get you. For sure.
But
it's always about what you're going through,
right?
No matter what.
But you're definitely right compared to what he did, and then what he did last year with Damn. He was kind of like
rapping,
right? And why I love his career so much was that usually you don't take that jump from a Good Kid, Mad City to a To Pimp a Butterfly.
He'll probably drop Damn. He's supposed to drop something like Damn after fucking Good Kid, Mad City.
You really don't do a To Pimp a Butterfly until you're really solidified in your career and you know. Okay, I'm reaching the end. Yeah, and like I'm reaching the end of it. There's not much for me to say anymore. Like let me do this. Yeah,
he did that on his second album, which is crazy to think.
No, it is, but I mean, he got to that point where people loved him so much it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the thing about people is like with anything. I look at music differently because I do music, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. But as somebody who is just a regular fan, you always hear them say, "Oh, I wish they would give me another Get Rich or Die Trying." Another.
That's why Jay-Z always said, "Go listen to my old
exactly
shit."
Because at the end of the day, I'm not going through that no more.
Right.
So why do you want another Get Rich or Die Trying for 50 when he's rich? You know what I mean?
Like Eminem, people said they want Eminem to go back to Marshall Mathers and all other shit. He's like, dude, that's when I was fucked up and high and shit.
Exactly.
I'm not in that no more.
So you can't give him that. You know
no,
what I mean?
Of course not.
Like, you can't give him those type of things. So the thing with me though is like, out of a J. Cole Kendrick album is like, people just want. I think the regular fan base wants to see it because one, it would be a great piece of work. I think,
but even an EP or some shit.
Yeah, it's something. But I think it would take them both out of their comfort zone.
Right.
I think that's why they want to see it more because you're gonna see a J. Cole have to adapt to some type of records that Kendrick's doing, and then you're gonna have to see a Kendrick adapt to the records Cole's are doing. So like. Or it's just a ridiculous Kanye type shit, and like there's two different songs in one. Yeah. You never know, but.
I think No ID just produced the whole shit.
I think it would be amazing. I don't think it'll ever happen.
Right.
We'll see. I mean, what is it going to happen first? Watch the Throne 2 or fucking J. Cole and Kendrick?
I don't think Watch the Throne 2 will ever happen.
Or Act 2 will drop. Jay Electronica? Or Detox.
Speaking of Kendrick, did you see the
white girl?
The clip of the white girl in Alabama? Did you see that?
No. Wait, the white girl in Alabama? What do you mean?
So he was at some fest doing his performance. He brought this white girl up.
And he always does this, by the way. He always brings fans up stage to like perform some of his songs.
And so they're getting ready to do Mad City. Yeah. And so, of course, then it goes, man down. where you from, nigga? And then she's rapping along with it, word for word. And so then,
nigga. And then Kendrick goes, hey, stop that. Everyone starts booing. And she's like, what, bro? I can't say everything. You can't say that.
For real? Oh, you brought her on stage? Oh my god!
And then what made it worse?
Man, she must have got red as shit.
No, but she's still saying it and all that. But now it's kind of a little major backlash. It's like, oh, you should have knew better and all this stuff.
So they're saying that Kendrick was wrong by bringing up a white girl and doing Mad City?
For the most part,
See,
yeah.
For me, it was like I'm conflicted with it because on one hand, from an artistic standpoint, it's like I kind of get it. You know what I mean? It's like it's a part of the song. It is what it is. On the flip side, when I found out where he was performing it at, I was kind of like,
Alabama, yeah. That's
I was saying
if you did it in the Bay, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, but I felt he was a little naive because he was just in the moment. He was like, let's see what, we're all together. And then he was like,
just do another song. Don't do Mad City. Like,
Yeah,
dude, bitch, don't kill my vibe.
Or
shit
do
like
love. Something.
Yeah.
I love that record, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zukari killed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, J. Cole, Kendrick, two of the Kings and shit like that. Drake's about to drop his shit pretty soon. Like, well, he's already giving out jackets and shit for Scorpion.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm waiting for that album. So.
We all are.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is how I knew Drake was the biggest thing in the world. So I was at Power 106 for an interview.
Uh-huh.
And, like, they were interviewing me. And then in one of the commercial breaks, like, because, like, I mean, you do your segments and then they'll break it up or whatever.
Right.
But, like, it was, like, one of the breaks that we were taking. And this girl, I forgot who it was, she was sitting next to me. She was on a computer. She was like, oh, my God, Drake just dropped a song. And I forgot what song it was. I forgot what it was. Yeah. But she was like, Drake just dropped something. Bro, I saw everybody in the room, including guys, stop, put their headphones on, go to the internet, and
didn't we
listen
do that
to the
when
damn song.
Kendrick dropped the Heart Part 4 at the Big Sean concert?
Yeah, we're at the Sean's concert last year.
Big Sean's concert? Okay.
When he was out in San Francisco.
Shout out B.I.G. Shanda.
And all of a sudden, like, we're going on Twitter, and I think it was Yo.
It was Yo from DJ Booth. He texted me saying, Kidder just dropped the Heart Part 4. And I just showed it to JC.
And so I forgot who was performing at that. It was like some opener.
It was
so it was an opener?
Yeah, so Sean hadn't even, it wasn't even to that point yet.
We just looked at each other.
So we looked at each other, we walked out the auditorium.
No,
we didn't even
grabbed the headphones.
We didn't even have headphones. We just went.
Oh, y'all are sick.
Remember when, what's his name? Mike Rich came, looked, he's like, what the fuck y'all doing? Shut up, nigga!
Yeah.
And then all we heard was, April 7th, oh shit!
Y'all niggas got till April 7th to get y'all shit together. We're like, oh shit, that nigga done did it. He gonna do it.
But see, that's crazy. But that's how you know people are really like running shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like the fact that Drake could do it, and then every single girl in the room, and then including the guys in the room, drop and figure out what it is.
I've seen this before. I was at the damn club, man. I think Drake is like the Beyonce for dudes, man. Dead ass. I was at the bar on Saturday.
I mean, Drake's one of my favorite artists, so I can't say.
Hey, nothing. I was at the bar and God's Plan came on, and I like the song too. But I'm looking at dudes like, yeah, man, yeah.
Second verse,
yes. And I was like, look, let's get ready. And I'm like, all right. It was like the equivalent of girls going, yeah.
Bruh. This is how you know Drake is the biggest artist in the world. No disrespect to Meek, because I love Meek, but. I was in LA the 2 days after back-to-back drop.
Okay.
Oh my
2
God.
days after. 2 days. So I'm in the club and my homie is DJing. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want him to get in trouble by Meek or whatever. But basically what happened was he was DJing and the club was dumb packed, bro. Like crazy packed. And people who have been in clubs in LA. No offense to LA, but LA's like it's like a stunt show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
stunting,
people with just bottles. It's a bottle war. You know what I mean? Like, and that's really what it is. It's bottle wars. That's really what it is.
Play the Star Wars thing.
It's so crazy because, bro, when you come to the Bay, like people are just having fun. They're dancing. So everybody
every
who's
once
from,
in a while, people
right.
bottle war.
But people that are from the Bay that are in LA, you could tell they're from LA.
Yeah.
But this was the craziest time I've ever seen LA. So back to back dropped. There's people on stage with Dream Chaser hoodies on, and I think they were part of Meek's camp. And, bro, Back to Back came on. They played the first 10 seconds, stopped playing it because the whole club was singing it word for word. It's 2 days after it dropped. He didn't have to play the whole song. And then Meek's camp left. Or the Dream Chaser, the guys in the Dream Chaser left. Then they played it again, and then the club went crazy again.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, 2 days and everybody knows the words? I ain't gonna lie. I listened to the song back to back to back to back. just to learn the word.
Right.
You know, no pun
I
intended.
remember when that shit dropped.
But not even back to back. But any record that he
Right,
dropped.
no,
Yeah, because when like I remember when Views was about to drop, it was like pandemonium on social media and shit like that, and it was like, oh, okay, it's about to come, it's about to drop. You know, it just it's like an event when J. Cole,
Views, yeah.
when J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick was about to drop, it's an event. Even Kanye when he's about to drop,
Yeah, it's an event.
It
but
really
I think,
is.
I mean, touching on the Kanye subject, I think a lot of what's going on right now is a lot of Kardashian, like to say, because like they're the biggest. Think about it, man. They've made a career off of trolling, in a sense,
Right.
the internet. You know what I mean? And,
Right, yeah.
And I feel like that's what
Break
he might
the
be
internet.
doing, in a sense. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong. I don't know where Kanye's mind is, so I'm
We
not
don't
going to
know where
speak.
Kanye's mind is.
But
Man.
He don't
But
know
like-
where
but
Kanye's
like-
mind
Even
is.
he don't know where his mind
But
is.
like even touching on all that, like think about if they really wanted to break the internet right now, Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake did a song, it'd be over.
Oh, yeah.
The internet would die.
You know what I mean?
It would
Like
just be dying.
that would be the
Who
most
out-rapped
streamed
who.
song ever in one day.
It
for
would
sure.
be like who out rapped who.
Right.
Yeah. Or who
Think pieces for the whole summer.
What happened? You know what I mean? Think about that.
Yeah.
Like really,
No, you got a
the
point.
closest we ever got was like,
Watch the Throne.
yeah, that was the closest we ever got. Or even fucking Problems on, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like with ASAP, 2 Chainz,
Oh,
Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah.
You know, like think about that event. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's a huge event.
No,
for-
Drake and Kendrick squashing their quote unquote beef would be a big time moment, but
You know what I mean?
egos.
Because I don't think it's real. It's
not real.
it's Macho Man, bro. Like
Right.
it's a sport. You know what I mean? This is a sport. It's a sport. Yeah, and it is Macho Man. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like it's a sport. Like at the end of the day,
Rest in peace,
you
Macho Man,
didn't
by the way.
want like there's a reason why KD and Russell don't like each other right now.
Right.
Besides of all the other bullshit that happened, like it's because they're
Competition.
best. You know, they're some of the best players in the world. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like they don't hate each other. They're just shit. Like no, I'm better. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
you have that pride because we're all men. You know
You
what I
think
mean?
Yeah.
Drake has a classic album?
Take care.
Album.
Take care.
Okay.
Taker is the closest one.
Closest. Nah.
Like for me, is there's like I go back and listen to it, and I don't know if it's like maybe 1 or 2
Actually,
tracks
Take
too
Care
extra.
and
None was the same.
yeah.
Albums were, because I feel his only classic is So Far Gone, mixtape wise.
Hold on. I don't know why I'm blanking on the damn name right now. It's the one with the blue. With the
Nothing
blue.
was the same.
Was that?
That was nothing was
Yeah,
the
Nothing
same.
was the
No,
same.
it's
Yeah,
not.
Nothing was the same was my favorite because it had like a lot of my favorite records on there. Like Wu-Tang Forever was on there.
Come through.
Language on there. Yeah, Come Through is one of my favorite songs. Too Much. I did a Drake top 10. I don't know if y'all want to see it. You want to hear it? I did a Drake top 10. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say this shit.
All right, go ahead.
Let's do
You the
it.
guest.
And I have honorable mentions if y'all want to see. I got honorable mentions as well. Hold on.
Man's came prepared.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, I did this a while ago because I was I was talking to this girl and we were like, she was a really big Drake fan too, and like she was like, "Can you ever do like a top 10?" You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm like, damn, I
Of
don't,
his records or his
yeah,
songs?
like his songs. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I could.
But what's
I-
number one if you can remember?
I can't. Hold on. I have the list.
Jesus
We'll get
Christ,
back.
Steph.
We'll get back to this. Hold on.
My God.
Keep going. Go
My
on. Go
God,
on with whatever.
Steph.
What happened to
Start.
Steph? What did he do?
He just did what Steph does. That was some disrespectful shit.
Is Steph the most disrespectful person in the world?
Yes. Like, oh damn.
Is he really the most disrespectful?
What he just did right now was damn.
Hey,
right.
they said that Steph's shooting a 3 is like somebody dunking. Who said that the other day? So, I forgot.
Well, see, here's the thing that, and I think a lot of people are finally coming to terms that you're gonna have to, at the end of the day, his career's up. You're gonna have to put him as probably as close to top 10 as possible.
Who, Steph?
Steph, because the reason is that
Oh my God, he about to do it again.
even when
Jesus
he doesn't,
Christ, he did it again.
even when he doesn't have
going
the
crazy?
ball,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Let's go!
Even when he doesn't have
Fuck
the
the
ball,
Lakers.
Wow.
I'm playing.
He was about to pick him up too.
I'm playing.
Even if
well,
I'm
now
playing.
let's transition.
I'm playing.
the record.
All right, look. I was just playing. Hey, all my LA fans, I ain't
got a
got
record sign.
I got nothing wrong with the Lakers. I was just playing.
And the show's over.
All right, let's talk about Steph being in the top 10. Okay, keep going.
Well, it's not even about being top 10. It's
But
just
you're saying the closest to the
right
top 10.
because what happens is that, and you likely know from being a hoop fan, even when he's on defense, he's still on offense because whoever he's guarding, if they're shooting, not only are they worried about, okay, hopefully I make this shot.
Mm-hmm.
In the back of their minds now, it's like, if I miss this shot, I have to account for where Steph is because all he has to do is get 40 feet from the hoop and he's got a
that
green
makes
light.
sense.
And so what happens is that now even when you're on offense, you have to space out your team to make sure that they're in a position to stop him from going into that what he does. Into his,
what I just saw right now.
What makes him the babyface assassin?
I just had to yell that like, oh my God. Okay.
I mean, even his mom got on.
I do remember my number one Drake record.
What was the number one Drake record?
Jungle.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jungle's my favorite. But
he hated If You're Reading This. JC hated If You're Reading This. It's too late.
For real?
Mm-hmm. He still felt it was.
I mean, I felt like it wasn't amazing, but I felt like it was great. You know what I mean?
I still don't.
Records on there.
I still don't like it just off the simple fact where it was like.
I don't have all my top 10 on here because some of them were mixtape, but I got Jungle on there.
Mm-hmm.
Do Not Disturb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Furthest Thing.
Ooh, okay.
Connect. Come Through.
That's an underrated simp record. Connect.
Too Much.
Mm-hmm.
Too Much is one of my favorites. Look What You've Done. One of my favorite records of all time. Feel No Ways. Fire and Desire hopped into my top 10.
Fire and Desire.
But there's like other ones like Sooner Than Later was one of my favorite records.
You know Views should have been that undisputed classic. You do know that, right?
Views?
Yes.
Why?
It should have been. You know why.
We were just everything going around that time frame.
With the Meek shit, right?
Not just
was
the
just
Meek
not even
shit.
that way. Kendrick dropping Butterfly, then everything was kind of.
It was supposed to be his undisputed.
And then he kind of shut himself down, and
it makes sense.
Everybody was bigging up. I think it was the hype around it.
You can never knock Drake's projects though, because there's always something on there.
He has a fire greatest hits album. I can tell you that.
Oh, easy
for sure.
Fire greatest hits.
He tripled to quadruple disc.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, so what else is going on?
SmackDown.
Oh, you watch wrestling? No,
I don't.
Well,
I used to.
You should start watching wrestling because fucking Vince McMahon got the bag.
I heard he got like $1 billion or some shit
for SmackDown. That's like the second show that comes on Tuesday. Fox picked it up. It's about to debut in October of next year.
So I used to be a huge wrestling fan when I was a kid.
Oh,
Rey Mysterio was my boy.
Yes.
You feel me? Back in the day, Macho Man Randy Savage was one of my favorites. I was Sting damn near for Halloween like 2 years in a row. You feel me? So you know what I mean? I used to fuck with it heavy. Don't get me wrong. You feel me? I was all up in the shit, but they got to a certain point where everything just got kind of cluttered for me.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know, it's crazy because a lot of my homies, not my homies, but like my homies that like acquaintances, you know what I mean? They're into that shit again. Like, they're going to all the events, you know what I mean? And like, I be watching like YouTube vlogs of like Kai Somar, and I know he'd be going to all that shit too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to see. You know,
I come back. I basically watch the Big Four, and then I always come back here. We have a boy Edgar.
I got him back into wrestling. I pretty much got him back into wrestling, pretty much.
Yeah, like WrestleMania's WrestleMania is kind of like the one where it's like,
I mean, it's WrestleMania.
Everybody comes back to watch it.
It's WrestleMania.
In terms of watching Raw and SmackDown,
I heard the Hardy Boys are still there though.
Yep,
with their old ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, some days I just can't really defend the shit no more, so it's kind of like...
Triple H is bald now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh my God, no damn sense. It's just on fire right now.
Hey, we're the best third quarter team in the world, so...
Yeah, they take your...
here he goes, look at he's smiling.
He done pissed him off.
It's over.
They done pissed him off.
Yeah, speaking of, actually, to go back to Steph, I remember when the last game when he was like, "This is my motherfucking house."
Hell yeah!
It says mom came over to him and was like, "Hey, wash
your
mouth out with soap."
That's hella funny though because I was watching this interview. They were interviewing Draymond's mom, KD's mom, and Steph's mom, and they were talking about like the times where they get like teed up and stuff. And then she was like, "Yeah, sometimes I just text them like, oh, you're being a little emotional today, huh?" or something like that. So, but you know, like at the end of the day.
Oh my God, he is just
it is Steph's house, period. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
is scary.
Oracle is Steph's house. Like, no matter how much... KD is the best player on our team, but Steph is our oil, and we wouldn't win without Draymond. You know what I mean?
But I do remember when KD busted that 3 in LeBron's eye in Game 3.
That was bro.
I will never forget that.
That was the best pull-up three-pointer I've ever seen in my life.
That took LeBron's soul. I will never forget that. I was like, did he just do that in LeBron's face?
Bro, that was one of the craziest. That was one of the craziest. Oh, here we go with this damn Jordan LeBron. Look, I'm the biggest Jordan fan of all time, bro. Like, I love Jordan, bro. I was a Warrior fan always my life, but I wore nothing but bullshit when I was a kid because it's Jordan. Like, you feel me? Like,
squad, nigga.
Bro, like I was so Jordan. You know what I mean? But like, don't get me wrong. I was there with the Latrell Sprewells of the world. You know what I mean? I was there when we drafted.
Bimbo Coles.
People forget we drafted Vince Carter. You know what I mean? But we traded him for Antoine James.
We could have had Kobe.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we could have had Kobe. Chris Webber played for us for 1 year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I remember those.
oh, here we go.
He got him again.
Oh, Clay.
Oh, Clay.
You got Clay going. All right, so. All right, hold on. Let's get back on subject because they're gonna be like, damn, they really watching the whole game.
We did this with.
I don't even want to get into the next thing. If we talking about sports, fuck them.
Yeah, I just gotta ask, how you feel about the Vegas Knights?
Fuck that shit, dog.
Wow.
That was hot, bro.
Oh, you a Sharks fan?
I'm a big ass Sharks fan, man.
Damn.
He knows
I got a roast.
Bro, I go. Here we go. I went to like at least 20 games this year. I should damn near be a season ticket holder.
Damn. Now I got a roast.
But look, hold on. But look, I ain't gonna lie. The Knights might be the best team in the NHL. It is crazy because it's their inaugural season, bro. Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? But people are forgetting they're taking a whole bunch of the second to third best players on each team when they're drafting the team.
But I got one question for you. How old
Why
are
we
you?
choke every single year? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Since the beginning of time.
Bro, I honestly don't know. But like the thing about it though, I was happy with this year though.
Yeah.
Because we did all this with Joe Thornton hurt. Like
You
our
were
best
happy
player
last year, weren't you?
Bro, come on.
You were happy the year before that,
and we got Evander Kane. Evander Kane's gonna be the difference next year. What?
Sure.
You've been happy all these years.
Look, I'm gonna sound like every Raider fan out there. Oh, these are you.
I mean, affect him.
I mean, that's the thing. I was just gonna say. I mean, don't feel bad. I mean, Vegas out here, they robbed JoJo. Vegas about to steal the Raiders in a couple of years. So I mean,
I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? My Sharks do choke every single year, but I'm gonna stick by them. You know what I mean? That's the part of being a fan because when we start winning,
man, y'all show up to that arena like Obama's gonna give y'all hope.
When we start winning, then it's gonna be good. Like
y'all always start winning.
Hold on. It's gonna be a little bit like my Warriors, bro. I've been going to Warrior games since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like I was just trying.
It doesn't have to reverse Warriors. You guys are good up to a certain point. The Warriors good all the way up to the point.
No, I'm saying like before though.
Or they're just trash. There's no in between.
I'm just saying before we were winning championships, I was still going to the games. I was getting $50 seats and going down. You feel me? Like I was doing that, and I would still do that with the Sharks. You feel me?
Yeah, but you'll pay like even more money.
No, I didn't put them on because you were coming over. I put them on just because of the fact that
I told him to
it's like you said,
off.
It's their inaugural season. This is the first time a team's gone to a title game since the Browns did in 1950.
See, I tried to
the
get
Browns.
I'm playing. No, fuck the Browns. No, I tried to take him. I was like, no one gives a fuck about it. No, we gotta talk about it. And then you just said you were a Sharks fan.
Nah, that's why he did it because he knows I'm a huge Sharks fan, man. I love my Sharks. You feel me? To the death of me. Shit, I was damn near. I was the anthem song in the stadium with Bailey. Me and Bailey did a Sharks anthem song. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well,
you know what I mean? So like,
I'll give you that.
I love my Sharks, and you know I will always have hope. But I know exactly what happens every year. I get it. You know we lost,
but I'll tell you,
we were up 3-0 to the Kings and lost. You feel me? Like,
hey, the Warriors are up 3-1.
Here we go.
See, I'll tell you this one: when they
Such
win
a
that
glorious Father's
when we
Day,
win that,
when you win, I want to be at that parade with all the Sharks.
He probably is.
He be right with me. Sharks number one. I know this nigga.
Go ahead, Jordan Bell. Get loose. I see you.
See, this is what the Warriors do. Third quarter,
I mean, if we're gonna talk about Bay Area teams, we might as well talk about the Niners too, and how you feel me? Like, you know, let's take two things. We were talking about that money situation. You know what I mean earlier. Now we're gonna talk about my Niners. Let's talk about how much Rueben Foster had to pay his ex girlfriend and said she lied. No, I'm playing. Hey, look, she lied. Fuck that shit.
She did.
Rueben Foster is the fucking man.
Nah, this is something that all three of us could agree on. I mean, I even said a few weeks ago when everything was starting to kind of play towards this direction, it was even if he comes out unscathed, he still has to walk a straight line because this is something where
for sure.
Even though she's had come out and basically said she lied the whole thing, there's still going to be that image in people's minds, just like you said. Well, how much did he pay off?
Let's fucking go!
Sorry, he's dancing right now.
Let's go! I just hit the step shimmy on the.
This is live, people.
On the podcast. Let's go!
My God.
Y'all done pissed off Steph.
Yeah.
Oh, he got blocked. All right.
Him off.
It's cool,
He
Trevor.
mad now.
It's
He
all
got
right.
it back too.
It's good. Okay, but look.
Keep all this.
Rueben Foster. The thing about it though is, I feel like a lot of not saying just females. I figure anybody in that type of situation tries to make somebody their life horrible. And from my understanding, she straight up told him, "I'm gonna ruin your life."
Yeah, ruin your career.
You know what I mean? Like, and
that's about to ruin these.
You're not ruining his career. You're ruining somebody's life by saying that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think I will never think that type of stuff is right in life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not okay to do that to somebody and lie about something.
And I don't know why she ain't going to jail, man.
Well, see, that's
I
another
feel
thing.
like you should go to jail for
sure,
for
yeah.
doing something that could be bro. His career could have been over. Everything he worked for in life could have been done.
Right. And what ended up benefiting his is that they dug up her past. She did this with an ex-boyfriend years ago.
Oh, she did?
Don't you
I don't know if it was
dare.
infidelity related, but when they broke up, she was, I'm going to ruin your life.
Oh, my God.
And she lied that he abused her. So she has a pattern of this.
That's crazy. I don't know, man. That's so wild to me that people would do that type of stuff in general just to ruin. Like, do you hate somebody that bad that you loved? Like, supposedly you love that person. Do you hate him that bad?
Nah, females do this type of shit when they're in their
I think men
emotions
probably do
and
it
shit.
too.
Unstable men. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying people I know, but I'm saying I think with anything it goes both ways. You know, with anything. You know what I mean? Like when girls try to play the victim card, I'm pretty sure guys probably should do that. Trying to do that same type of shit too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
the nice guy angle.
you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean?
I saw that thread on.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's
I'm a nice guy.
Hey man, people always say there's three sides to a story, right? There's one side, the other side, and there's
There's
actually
Like what Drake says, because everybody talks and everybody listens, but somewhere in the middle, the truth seems missing.
Oh, yep, and that's true. But it sucks that the fact that she had to eventually come to realization, like, shit, this is gonna come
And
out.
she keeps saying, like, I'm fucking up, and they're still trying to investigate old boy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know why though, right?
Because of Jed York. Fuck that nigga.
Fuck Jed York.
And Ryan Reynolds.
And Ryan Reynolds. Hey, but yeah, and plus, like, he's an NFL player. You know what I mean? Like, it's not out of character of somebody of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're gonna continue to try to do it. And the Niners fullback 2 years ago did the same shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, so you don't know what could happen.
But just don't act like what's his name.
Who?
Your boy that was on the Raiders. What's his name? He was with us too. We kept
Alden Smith?
Alden. Yep.
Unfortunately, Alden Smith is like
He's a lost cause, man.
It's so sad too because like I'd met him personally. Like I was with him at South by Southwest.
I met him a few times.
You know what I mean? Like he seems like a good kid. It
sucks.
There was just too much going on. I don't know, man. I can't speak for him, but it's sad to see somebody with so much talent go down this road. So,
Right.
So while we were talking, Steph just turned on Super Saiyan during the third quarter. That was just, oh my god,
Babyface assassin, man.
That was just like he just got pissed off and said,
That's how you know that
all y'all.
the Western Conference Finals is so much better than the Eastern Conference Finals.
really.
You know what I mean?
Like
I'm
LeBron
just
just
saying.
watched that scared shitless. Like, oh, I think we should lose tomorrow, y'all. LeBron,
But do you see the difference? Like, I see the huge difference in watching the Western Conference Finals and watching the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm like, bro, like this is like night and day.
You got to remember from 2000 to 2010, like I was used to, example with the Lakers. So we were always kind of looking at it like this is our finals because whoever we're going to advance to, like we're battle tested at this point. Like the year we went going up against everybody always brings up the 76ers, but then I always bring up the
that was
year.
David versus Goliath though. It was,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Game
Like,
one just surprised you guys. You
Right.
got that kick in the nuts.
I mean,
and then y'all woke up.
But
AI was bound to get one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was bound to get one.
But I focus more on 2002 because of the series against the Queens.
The Kings.
Here we go again.
So, you know, like
Look, I ain't gonna lie. I had a Mike Bibby jersey. Mike Bibby was one of my favorite NBA players of all
that's why
time.
I took you into 2015 to actually see your team.
I ain't
win the
gonna
title.
lie. One of my AIM addresses was Kings 10, 16, 4, 21. You know what that is? 10 for Mike Bibby, 16 for Peja Stojakovic, 4 for Chris Webber, 21 for Vlade Divac. Fuck Doug Christie. You
You
feel
know what
me?
my aim was?
What?
Baby mama 3 times.
Get the hell out of here. I just, you know what I mean? I just hated the Lakers so much that whoever was playing against them, I loved. You know what I mean? So,
I'm glad he said it.
Yeah, at least he's
but
honest.
I have nothing wrong with Laker fans. Actually, I do. All right, well, that's a whole different story. I ain't even going to get into that because if we get into that, it's going to be an hour-long segment.
Brown a liar, but hey, I love it.
All right, well, then I'm going to get into this shit then. Fuck it. People always want to bag on the Warrior fans because they're saying, oh, these are bandwagon fans, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there's probably a lot of bandwagon fans.
JC right
You know what I mean? There's a lot of bandwagon
He ain't
fans.
telling a lie. I admit it.
There's a lot of bandwagon fans.
And
And
y'all too. Now I gotta take a shit. Y'all keep talking.
there's a lot of bandwagon fans. And don't get me wrong. Like, every team who wins in any sport will have bandwagon fans.
Oh, I've
period. But this is what pisses me off. I lived in L.A. And when the Lakers are not winning, nobody shows up to the games. And that's what pisses me off. Bro, I went to Staples Center like a couple times during our down seasons, and there was not a lot of people at the games. And
Which ones? Well, which years?
I mean, it was like towards the end of Mamba's career. You know what I mean? Like, about last couple years. And you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I swear right now, and I put this on everything, the Warriors start sucking tomorrow, we're still showing up to the games. You know what I mean? But the real fans, you know what I mean? We'll continue to go to the games. But that's with anybody. That, and then just the fact, like, how quiet Staples Center is compared to Oracle. Like, I can never watch another game because of how beautiful Oracle is. Like, of how, like, I don't know. Maybe I got like, what do you say? Like,
hometown bias?
Yeah, not hometown bias, but like, like when, I don't know, I was privileged to see it, I guess you could say, right? I was privileged to see how, like, loud Warrior fans are, period. Like, dude, I went to We Believe playoffs. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing
I like
louder.
that team.
Nothing louder than that team.
I didn't root for that team, but I appreciated that team.
Oh, yeah, because Baron Davis fucking ended Andre Kirilenko's career.
Yeah. I appreciated that team. I'll always go out to bat and say that.
But that team was great, but then everybody left the shit. Like, everybody jumped ship. Like, Captain Jack all of a sudden didn't like things. And then Al Harrington jumped ship and then drops 50 on us at Madison Square Garden. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck all that shit. But I don't know. That was the only other thing about the whole Laker thing. But at the end of the day, I had nothing wrong with the Lakers. My dad, like, even had an old Lakers like Jerry West jersey and shit back in the day. So, you know what I mean? I have nothing wrong with them. They're a California team. Of course, I'm always going to go with my team.
Dunking on
you know what I mean? So, hey, S-Dot's been putting some work in. First, he's going to dunk on Capella. In the last game, he left James Harden. He left James Harden in Vallejo. He left James Harden in Vallejo last game.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
So, you know what I mean? But, yeah, whatever. Let's get off that damn subject because I don't want to talk about that no more. Let's talk about LeBron throwing in the towel. No, I'm playing.
Oh, yeah. You might as well throw the towel till you watch that third quarter.
Oh, he threw a pass to make America great again, Cat.
Oh, did you see that shit?
I mean, bro, you have to. I think
he's
no
in Ohio. It's a red state.
I think anybody of stature needs to speak up.
Of course.
He didn't have to speak up. He just did it with his actions.
And action-wise.
Right.
Like, so I may not be the biggest Colin Kaepernick fan when it comes to on the field. Okay? But I respect everything that he's done to use his platform to make a voice.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people do care. You know what I mean?
Right.
There would be. There's no reason why Colin Kaepernick is still a top 10 selling jersey in the NFL if people didn't care.
And it's
he's not in the NFL.
And it's a Niner jersey too.
Yeah.
No other jersey.
You know what I mean?
Put that in there.
So there's no reason why, like, if people didn't care. You know what I mean? And the fact that Eric Reid's not getting signed because of this bullshit, like, that pisses me the fuck off.
Oh, easily.
And I remember I tweeted, I was like, NFL's got to do better than this. And I'm not gonna lie, last year I kind of didn't watch as much as I used to. Like, I love watching the NFL. Like, I love football.
Because we were trash.
Because it wasn't that. I like watching football just in general. Like, I love watching football. Like,
but it was just a whole bunch of bullshit that was going on.
I was the same way.
It was just too much for me, man. And like, so I think it's good for LeBron to do things like that, and I think that a lot of people need to start using the voice
NBA is more
a little bit more.
A lot of the NBA players are more butt than the NFL players.
Yeah.
Well, I bring that up because the funny thing was
white boys are running all these things though.
Right. So he threw it past him in Game 3. Same dude showed up, different hat this time.
Yeah.
in Game 4. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll probably be there for Game 5.
I mean,
Game 5
at the end of the day, bro, like it's a little, you know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on that's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, the leaders that speak up, it's going to be great for them. You know what I mean? Like they need to. You got to remember, for every Draymond Green, I don't know how many followers he has on Instagram, but for all of those followers that love him, if he does something like that, that's 500,000 more people. Whatever, you know what I mean? So like, it's just building awareness is the biggest thing. You know what I mean?
Sure,
regardless of what it is, I think that people that are white and do that make even bigger impact.
Well, speaking of whole ass nigga in office, I don't know how we're gonna transition, but Meek Mill nearly fucked up.
No, he didn't.
So what was that about? He almost went to the White House?
Yeah, but it wasn't directly to speak to
whole ass.
Yeah, it was to go because they were having a discussion about prison reform
and gun reform.
And now he's the face of it, which is unfortunate. I actually saw that interview. They're saying I didn't ask to be the face of this.
It just happened.
You know what I mean? So going back to the whole J. Cole thing is like, they're taking unfortunate events and turning it unfortunate, but at the end of the day, Meek didn't ask for that.
Right.
but because he's Meek Mill,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And plus that was super unjust.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Like, come on, 10 years probation. You know what I mean?
It was
Like,
just crazy how
even T.I. said, "I told you not to take that shit."
What's even more crazy is that how his ass nearly went there and shit like that because he realized it was going to be Meek Mill meets whole ass nigga in office.
Right, and so, Jay put that call in like, hey.
Yeah, you need to chill, bro.
Yeah, but like I said, like, people that go through the system will tell you not to do certain things.
Right.
Look, there's an E40 head right there. But like I said, T.I. said don't go and don't take that 10-year thing because T.I.'s been through the system and now he's going through the system again because he got arrested trying to get back into his own house.
Yeah.
That was funny though.
Using the same big ass words.
Did you see the video of him asking the guy why did I get arrested and how much he was curving him?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, bro, like, that's crazy to me that you are being curved that much and you're a person who will make more money than this person will ever make in life.
Because he's still a nigga.
Yeah.
That's why.
You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to me.
Right.
I guarantee if it was even any type of person of descent, like, I feel like blacks and Mexicans get put into that category the most because we're not supposed to have money.
Right.
Yep.
And if we have money, it's because of illegal shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like, you know, like, if it wasn't T.I., it would be whoever else, you know, that we have in our thing, and it'd be like, are you the gardener? Or, you know,
right.
Why are you barbecuing over here? And call the cops on us. I still can't believe that shit.
Shout out to everybody in Oakland.
Bro, that was so cool that they threw a fucking party there.
Yeah.
That shit was sick as fuck. Like, when I saw that on World Star, I was like, bro, this is how you know Oakland culture is so dope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what was funny was, so I was upset because obviously I was sick. I couldn't, once I was getting planned, I wanted to go, and then a couple days later I was out. What was one of the funniest things about it was that they had a picture of this dude, and he's laughing and he's on the phone, and the picture on his shirt is the white woman that was calling the cops in the first place.
Bro, did you see her meltdown after?
Yeah.
That was funny. Well, I don't know what, you know, she was, I guess she graduated from Harvard.
No, she was a professor at Stanford.
Yeah.
They let her go.
Yeah, of course they let her go, but
because technically she didn't do nothing wrong. Like, she called the cops.
But she's a meme now. You know she's embarrassed.
I mean, she did do something wrong, but she didn't do something wrong.
And you know
what I mean? Like, by law,
right? And she's I'm not racist. Like that one lawyer in New York. And now he has to hide his face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, now he put up a statement on his Twitter saying, I'm not racist.
Shouts out to my Hispanic brethren and sisters who showed up on his block with the mariachi band.
Oh my god. I was like, shut your bitch ass.
I don't know why they get all brave.
Cállate.
They get hella brave with shit.
I mean, anybody on social media gets brave.
But these
behind
whites,
the camera.
but these whites will get brave with the camera in their face, and then they act like nothing's gonna happen. The next thing they know, they get caught.
Well, just like the people that were marching, you know what I mean, the KKK members, and then losing their jobs.
Then they got called in the office saying, "Yeah, we can't work here. We can't work here no more, bro."
Yeah,
hit them with that.
And that's crazy.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, that office.
Go.
Yeah, because you're representing our office. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your ass?
The album's
stupid.
But, you know, if you transition, the albums are dropping. Yeah, there's going to be a full June, man.
So we got Nicki.
I heard about J-Rock.
Yeah, so we got Nicki supposed to be on the 15th. Nas supposed to be on the 15th. A few others. And now we got J-Rock. He's dropping Redemption on June 15th. Uncle 40 Water is dropping The Gift of Gab on June 29th.
There's only one album this time.
It's like the first time in like 8 years.
It's the first time he doesn't drop. So he's only dropping one album?
Yeah.
Not no
fucking...
Not no saga album.
To be honest, he was like, I got all the love for 40 in the world, man. But
it was
too much music sometimes.
It was his whole session. It was his whole fucking session. Just put everything out there.
But that's how you make money.
Yeah.
That's how you made a lot of money.
Somebody was talking to me about that the other day. They're like, bro, think about how much money Mozzie's making because all he does is keep putting out shit. You know what I mean? And everybody's buying it. If 10,000 people are buying every single one, you're almost making $1 million on your shit.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You get the push from whoever's backing you. But the thing with 40 is that this is going to be a major milestone because this is about to be his 25th solo album.
Wow.
That's amazing. Why he's only
shout out to 40 Water, man. 40 Water, you're a legend forever, man.
For sure.
And then that was just one album.
And he was the first Bay Area artist to ever hit 1 million followers, right? Or something like that?
Something like that.
Yep.
Oh, well, besides G-Eazy, right?
still looking for that Slurricane endorsement.
That shit creepy.
I'm trying to get that Equaleta. He got the new tequila. He got a new tequila, Equaleta.
So I forgot to bring that up. So my brother's girlfriend for her birthday, we all went over there. My brother had bought it. So me and my girl went over, We're taking shots. That's the smoothest
Is
tequila
it?
I done ever sipped
Damn, I'm
on.
gonna have to try it out.
Like,
They
yeah.
got a black guy making tequila. What's the world coming to?
First he started with. I like how he started with wine, and then
Mm-hmm.
he slowly went to alcohol.
Uh-huh.
Then he went with like strong alcohol. Then he went to beer.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to y'all. Man,
And that's going to
That's
y'all.
what y'all-
He's sectioning us Mexicans off to y'all.
y'all.
He mainly put his hand towards you, and he put half of it towards
That's shady,
me.
bro.
I mean, he made it for us with the 40.
This is social injustice.
I mean, he made one with the 40 ounce. You remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was
I don't know how that
shit.
one did. I don't know how that
He's
one.
still making. I still.
I mean,
see it.
that's a June. I don't want to drop in June, so if
I mean,
I ain't gonna drop in June if I drop another one.
Kanye showed that he is working on albums, and it was confirmed by DJ Booth that Pusha T is dropping this coming Friday. So
DJ Booth, Pusha T this Friday.
Mhm.
this Friday.
Wow!
I mean, not DJ Booth confirmed because they got his people hit them up. There.
Shout out to the people at DJ Booth. They support me all the time.
For sure.
I love them.
Yeah, they're the shit.
Yeah. So this Friday, the 25th, it's at this rate, it's looking like Pusha T,
Pusha.
ASAP Rocky.
ASAP's gonna drop.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I've been looking forward to hear some new stuff from ASAP.
And then you got Zaytoven's finally gonna drop his debut.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
on Friday as well.
Zaytoven's a great producer,
Right.
and just overall great artist.
Yeah.
You dropped some music.
Yeah. Speaking of albums, like
Shit.
I
Now
want
you
to.
become quiet again.
Just timing wise, we weren't able to get you on right when it dropped, but I definitely want to discuss this.
Sure.
So you recently dropped at the end of March. Hope All Is Well.
Mhm.
And this is album number.
One, technically. It's my first album.
Okay.
So I count this as my first album.
Okay.
You know, but this is my 9th project.
Got it.
You dropped a lot of mixtapes and EPs.
A lot of
over the
mixtapes,
years.
EPs. I mean, if you really want to look at them, though, a lot of the mixtapes and EPs were albums because they were all original, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, but this was my first album that I, like, sat back and I was like, this is my album. You know,
Okay.
because, like, I had, you know, so much that went into it. You know, it was nuts. So,
So what was the difference for you recording this compared to everything you had done leading up to this point?
Well, really, the album took 3 years to record.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people don't know that. Like, it took a while.
So this is like your baby.
Yeah, like, Keep It All Real was recorded 3 years ago, and that's the second song on the album. And, you know, like, it's crazy because I always kept that song. I dropped projects in between, so many projects in between. I think I dropped 3 projects in between the album. And I was always saving that record because I wanted it to be an album record. And, you know what I mean? So, like, the mentality of this, the whole album was completely different because I wanted at the end of this to say, if I leave the world with something, that I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? And this, I could sit with and be like, I am completely 120 million% happy that if the world, this is the last thing the world heard from me, then that I'm okay with it.
How did you go through that process when you record, like, because you recorded like a lot of music and shit like that, but when you record that one song and you heard it back, like, I gotta keep this for my album. How do you know this is for the album and everything else is just other shit?
A lot of it had to do with the story that I was wanting to tell. Because the thing about it was I had the concept of Hope All As Well always in my mind of saying I wanted that to be my album. Because, so basically for a lot of people that, you know, the users that listen to my music, they kind of know what I go through.
Yeah.
But for the people that maybe are chiming in and don't know is, so like 3 years ago, I was in a really serious relationship with somebody who I thought I was actually going to be with for the rest of my life. I started planning my life with, and things went left, and my life kind of took a turn. You know, not a turn for the worse, not a turn for the best, or not. You know what I mean? It's just it took a turn.
Right.
So really, what it was this Hope All As Well was me disconnecting from the world, which I tend to do. A lot of people who know me closely, they know that I section myself off when I'm going through things, and I'm trying to like gauge my music. So what it was people that haven't seen me in a long time, they always tend to like the first thing they always say is, "Man, I hope all is well with you."
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's really what it was because I wanted people to say, like, all right, I haven't seen him in a while, but through this, I understood what he went through those 3 years.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why, like, if you listen to my album from front to back, the first song is Hope All Is Well. The last song is Wish You the Best Part 2.
Right,
Wish You
yeah.
the Best Part 1, I did on a No Occasion Needed project a couple years ago where I'm talking about something that I was going through with my sister.
Yeah.
Wish You the Best Part 2 was a lot to do with what I was going through with my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
And Hope All Is Well was my introduction, and that's why I said on the one of the opening lines, I said, "How's your mama? How's your daughter?" Just some questions to ask, because it was me contemplating of like, I haven't talked to you in a while, but I'm still thinking about
Right.
you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what it was, and I did a lot of reflecting in the song, and it's funny because I always take lines from. I think Drake said it. He goes, "I made a career out of reminiscing,"
Yeah.
or something like that. And like I always think about it because I'm like, through this whole project, I was reminiscing on everything.
Yeah.
So Keep It All Real. The reason why when I first heard that song and I said, "Damn, I really need this to be part of my album," was because through that time it was the rocky part of our relationship already. And me, what I was saying was, you could always tell me how you're really feeling. You don't need to put up this front. Or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not saying that's what she was doing at all, because that's not what it was. But I knew that was going to tie into my album somehow.
Right.
So, like, when I sat back and I, like, really, like, put the album together, I was like, all of these things mean something to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, what people don't know is we're actually filming a movie for the album.
Oh shit!
Nice. Okay.
And it'll explain everything.
Okay.
Like a short film and shit.
Yeah, like
Oh,
that
get
most,
your
that
Michael
most is
on, aren't
directing.
you?
Yeah, and it explains everything that I went through, and it'll tie everything together.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that was some. I mean, like I said, obviously from a good portion, I think from 3 to 4 years, I was around
Mhm.
like top notch with
Yes.
you. From what was it, All a Dream
Yeah.
to Fuego to Dripped in Gold,
Yeah.
and one thing I appreciated about it was you always knew how to make a hit when it came to putting something out for the radio or putting out something for the club. I remember the first time when we all heard Fuego on the radio,
Mm.
and we were running across the street downtown trying not to get hit by cars
Yeah.
just to make it back to the studio.
Yeah.
But one thing I appreciated about your craft was that you can make a Wish You the Best.
Mm.
So to see a part 2 on this, it was like, because I hadn't talked to you in a while.
Yeah.
So to see that, it was like, okay, cool. Like there's a continuation. There's,
Yeah.
we're continuing this process. And then even to hear a song like All the Same,
Mhm.
it sounded like you were stepping out of your comfort zone with
Yeah.
that kind of track, because it was more that island
It's an
reggae
island, yeah, it's an
type
island
feel.
feel.
And I hadn't heard you do anything like that in a while.
Yeah.
So with that process, what was it like to go into something like that, just to kind of leave comfort and test that kind of sound?
Yeah, it's a little tough sometimes. Like I always tell people, like, on the records that they love the most are like my deep records, right? So
Right.
like, and people are always like, "How do you do that?" And I'm like, "Dude, those records come so easy to me because I'm
Right.
just literally speaking my heart. Or I'm speaking how I'm feeling."
Yeah.
So like those records come easy because I'm not sitting there trying to make a hit. And that's the biggest thing I think a lot of people do. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that people do is like when they go into the studio, they're like, "Hey, bro, we need to make a hit."
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't know what a hit is. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
Like, you don't. Like, I guarantee that Lil Pump didn't go into making Gucci Gang thinking like, "Oh, this is going to be a hit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Smacker,
people don't know what's going
Right.
to be a hit. You don't know what's going to win. But the thing about it was, so, like, jumping into, like, an All the Same record, I mean, you've been with me when I worked there with Cisco.
Yeah.
And me and Cisco, so Cisco's the producer of All the Same, and he produced a lot of records on my album. Me and Cisco have, like, this chemistry that is just, like, unbreakable.
Right.
Like, you don't know. Like, so, like, when I went into the studio with Cisco, I'm like, "Oh, just play me some shit." You know what I mean? Or,
Right.
like, start making something. Because when me and Cisco work, when he starts making something, by the time he's done making it, the song's already done.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
got to record it. But the thing about this one was a little bit different. He played me a couple records, and I really liked the one that was right before All the Same. And then he played me that beat, and then I was just like, "Man, there's something different about this that I kind of like. I want to see if I could do it."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that was my biggest thing is like, as an artist, you need to challenge yourself regardless. It's just like, as a hooper, right? Like you need, if I can't make a left-handed layup, I need to continue to try to make a left-handed layup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but as an artist, you need to figure out how am I going to be able to challenge myself but yet still stay true to me.
Yeah.
So with All the Same, I just started, and for this whole album, just so people know, I didn't write down
Okay.
anything on the album. I freestyled everything.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
So,
Yeah, your whole one.
so yeah, in a sense, so like, and people were like, "Oh, so you're a freestyle rapper?" I'm like, "No, I'm not a freestyle rapper." What I did was I sat there with the records, and then I would think of something, and I'll punch it in, and then like boom,
Right.
I punch it in again, and then I'll just like kind of make everything flow together a little bit better. And that was the biggest thing with me was, so that's what I did with All the Same. I started kind of just thinking of melodies, and that's why I was like, "Came to party with your girlfriends," and then I was like, you know what, like this is a little different for me. And I've never done it, so I'm just gonna really put my all into this.
Yeah.
So when we put All the Same together, funny enough, Cisco and Sonny made the beat. we played it back, and when we played it back, I was like, bro, this is a smash. Like, this is different. Like, you know what I mean? But it's different. But, like, I like doing that because I like continuously trying to progress myself into something else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you, as an artist, you have to reinvent yourself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, and that's a day-to-day contemplation that I go through with myself, just as, like, my name. Littlest things as my name. Like, I wanted to change my name a million times. You know what I mean? But, like, I sit there and I'm like, you know what? This is still me. I'm still being true to myself. So stepping out into All the Same and still tying it into my album was really good for me. Okay. You know what I mean? So that was a big part of it because I wanted people to see the balance of life that I was going through within these past 3 years.
Right. So obviously, Shine was intended to be the leadoff single because I know it's been out for a cool minute.
Yeah.
And we've been getting buzz on with the playlist, and everybody was kind of looking at that like, oh wow, that was a dope track that you guys added onto that. Do you have in mind what you want to go with next to promote before you jump into the short film, or do you just kind of want to have what you have now and then funnel into that and then kind of go from there?
Yeah, well, Shine was actually an accident. Shine was actually not even supposed to be on the album. The thing about Shine was really my first time venturing into something a little different. Like I started like that melodic singing type things, and I started like really.
And you killed that shit. Like,
oh, thank you.
And like I said, just knowing and being friends with you, to hear that really sounded like, again, years on, I've known you can make a hit. That one sounded like you've mastered what you know. Not only your fan base wants, but the direction you want to go to as an artist.
Yeah.
So that really sounded like, that really sounded, when I heard it, I was like, damn, he has one with that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I just dropped it to drop it. So what happened was, so Apology, who made the beat, well, his name's Saint Huevo now, and he's on my album. He had came over, and he was showing me beats, and then there was a loop that was just like only 4 bars, and I was like, bro, give me that. I need this loop, like, and I'll work or rearrange it. And then so he gave it to me, and like I sent him Shine the same day. I knocked out Shine probably in like 20 minutes, and then because it just came so natural, and then I sent it to him, and I was super not afraid, but I was like worried to put the record out because I wasn't sure how it was going to be reciprocated. So I put it out, and then I just saw the numbers continue to climb and climb and climb and climb, and I was like, what the hell?
Right.
You know what I mean? So people really like this. And then I get a call. So I get a call from a 707 number one day, and I'm on my way back from work. And I got a call that night before at like 3 o'clock in the morning, but I didn't pick up, and it was a 707 number. Right. I didn't know who it was. And then I get a call the next day, and it's Sage, the Gemini.
Yeah.
And then he calls me, and he was like, bro, I was at the gym last night, and this Shine record came on. He was like, bro, this shit's crazy. And I was like, damn, like, people really like fucking with this sound.
Yeah.
You know, so like, you know, Shine was prematurely released.
It's always one of those tracks that, like, you just don't know. You're like, let's see. I'm just going to release this shit. And then it just catches on.
Exactly. So it was prematurely released. It wasn't even supposed to be on the album, but I figured because the album, people have been waiting it for so long, I figured it would be disrespect to not put Shine on there.
Right.
You know what I mean? For the people that are just trying to, just catching on. And Shine has got a lot of love, you know, still. But it's crazy because usually when you go on an album, like if you go to like somebody's album, it has like 1 star next to 1 or 2 stars. But bro, if you go to Hope All Is Well,
you're flirting with like 6 or 7.
I think I have like 6 or 7 stars on there, and it's
do they put that there, or you put it there?
Yeah, they do that.
Oh wow,
Apple Music does that. So like I was tripping out because like a lot of the stars are a lot of different sounds. Because like you go into Hope All Is Well, that's very, it's just me venting. You know, Keep It All Real is just like a record that is just like very, you know, like. It's an uplifting record. Change Up is completely different.
No, for real. And the thing of it is that so Complicated with Malia.
That's my favorite track.
It's relatable. Everybody's been there at some point.
Exactly.
In their
you hate somebody so much you love them.
Right.
Yep.
And shouts out to Malia too. Shout
out to Malia.
She's amazing
my
vocalist,
sis, man. I think we might. I mean, without giving up too much, I think we got some stuff in the works.
Okay.
Some other stuff though, but. Yeah, I mean, going into the album, the All the Sames, man, were tough to make. The Complicated was so easy, you know what I mean? Like, It was great. Like, I loved it. Shine was amazing. Patience, my favorite record on the album.
Okay. And Simba killed that shit.
We can talk more about whatever you want to talk about. So.
No, I mean, you know how I get down, man. Like,
you gonna go on a tour?
I'm hoping so. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that I would love to do that. You know, like for people that don't know, I still work a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know. It's so crazy to me. Like, I forgot who called me somebody called me the other day and they were like, "Hey, bro, like, let's get in the lab." I was like, "All right, for sure. I get off of work at 4." And he's like, "You still work?"
Like, yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, man, I have to." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "You're top 50 iTunes." I'm like, "Bro, like."
I don't pay the bills.
I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. That was one of the biggest blessings of my life to see that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, if I could take y'all back through that day, it was so surreal for me, man. Like, the Hope All Is Well meant so much to me, and it still does. And that's why I'm holding on to a lot of stuff. And people are like, man, like, where are the videos? Believe me, they're coming.
Right.
But I'm taking my time with this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want this to be another one of my projects where I promote it for, like, 2 weeks and then I'm like done with it. You know what I mean?
Like you gotta squeeze this out. You gotta milk this shit.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna milk it as much as I can. You know what I mean? Because I do think that it's worth milking. You know, so like with this, like it's so hard for me to like really chime into like that whole day, bro. Like so mine it dropped on the 20th, March 20th, and that was a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. But on that Monday, everybody who pre-ordered at 9:00 p.m. Western time, they got it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, bro, like my phone started going crazy because everybody was sending me the text like, it came in.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Bro, that night, I was trending on Twitter. I hope I was well. That's crazy. And then, bro, like mine is fully, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then it was wild. I mean, San Francisco Bay Area. I wish I was trending everywhere.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Trend in the region, shit.
Yeah, so
talk on it.
Yeah, it was great. And then the next morning, I wake up. No, that night I'm celebrating because I was celebrating. And I went on iTunes, and somebody texted me saying like, "Bro, check the top 100." And I was like, "What?" So my album dropped at 9.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By 10:50, I was 57 on iTunes.
Man,
I'm like, holy shit! Like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
You know, so I'm like, damn, that's crazy, dude. I woke up, I was damn near in tears, bro. Like, I didn't know what to say because like. It means so much to me, you know. So I woke up the next day, went to work, and that's, you know how hard it was to go to work, man.
Right.
Like, I was just like, I don't want to be here. Went to work, but that night I flew out to New York for the first time ever. I had been in New York. Flew out to New York on a red eye, you know. So we got there and then I fell asleep on the red eye. Woke up in New York to like a blizzard of snow, but it was beautiful, bro, because I was staying in Times Square.
Right.
I was staying in Times Square, bro, like in Times Square at the Marriott, like beautiful view. Like it was, I look down, it's Times Square.
Yeah.
And you're seeing the snow. Bro, think about how surreal that is. Like, I just dropped my album, I flew to New York. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've never really been in snow. Like, it was such a surreal moment, and like I'm still living it, you know, like because like it's so dope to know that this album's still doing what I think it can do. Like even last night or yesterday, I was at work and Warriors World dropped a video of Steph's Game 3 compilation, and they used Change Up for the song. Like that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like that's wild. Like that's over 150,000 people like seeing that. You know, so
yeah, man, that's exposure.
It's the little things that I used to take for granted that I will never take for granted again.
Well, I'll go on back and I'll say this. There's nobody that deserves it more than you do.
Thank you, applause.
Because, let the applause run. Because
thank you, man.
I remember, you know, when we were still getting to know each other, when it was time to go into the studios, we weren't going into full-fledged studios. We were going in there with ladders and paint, and we were going in there to get the shit done.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was still in Daly City, so I was coming back and forth. And one thing that I always stood fast was I know how much, you know, you and most believe in your guys' individual visions, and Cisco, City, and everybody else when we were all coming together. So it was like, you know what, I'm going to take this day off because they believe in it so wholeheartedly, and I love being around the energy. I'm going to go help paint. I ain't even got to be in the recording. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I believe in your vision so much that it shows in not only what you do behind the mic, but everything that goes around to it.
Yeah.
So to see you come to this point where, you know, this is the official debut and you've received so much love off this, like,
crazy.
It makes me feel good as your boy. Like, dog, like, this is, like,
appreciate
well deserved.
I mean, it's not just me. This is all of us. You know what I mean? There's everybody.
Hard work.
There's everybody who was a part of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is really the story. Like, I mean, I know it sounds weird, but like, you know, like any ex-girlfriend that I'd mentioned in the album has come to me and said thank you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't bash them.
Right.
One, you know what I mean? And
Could've
two,
been petty, yeah.
two, you know, like I told the truth.
Right.
I was wrong in a lot of the situations. You know what I mean? And I could admit those type of things. I wasn't a good guy. Like I'm not like. One thing people don't realize is like when it's self-reflection is the biggest thing in life, you know, period. Like one thing that I know is in 2012, 2013, I was not a good person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I know that I let shit get to my head. I had 3 songs on radio. Of course I let shit get to my head. But at the same time, I should have been man enough to sit back and be like, you know, guys, I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I put us in this situation, my bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wasn't that guy yet. You know what I mean? I had to go through the trenches and the being alone and not having it, feeling like I didn't have anybody to realize what I had was so amazing.
Right.
And I still have it. And that's the great part. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm so thankful to this day to everybody who stuck around because they could have easily left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, I could honestly say from 2012 to now, in a sense, I fell off. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. But it's because I fell off because of my own reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't fall off because the music wasn't there.
Right.
I fell off because of my own reasons. So it's been a little tough. It's been a tough get back, but I'm getting there. You know what I mean?
You dropped the album.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
And that was the biggest thing. That was you guys don't understand how much weight was off my shoulders
Right.
the day that the album dropped.
And when you were done with the album, when you were finally done, you were kind of just like, it's done.
Yeah.
Like, well, you kind of just like,
There's 10 seconds left in the game. Hold on.
Hold this. Oh my god. 4 seconds.
Oh,
Someone done fucked up.
Why would you take that shot,
It is 2-2.
Fuck. It is 2-2 series now.
We got a series now. We got a series now.
It is horrible.
We were just trying to praise
This
your album.
podcast just turned into the worst shit ever. Nah. But fuck the game. Heading back into the album, you know, the album.
Oh, no, they're talking about something.
The album is out everywhere. You know, the album is out everywhere. You know, you can find it on Spotify, you can find it on iTunes and stuff, and you know, any support I appreciate, man.
Oh yeah,
any support, you know,
for sure.
You guys even put in my record on the last one. It means a lot to me, and like I said, I never will ever take anything for granted ever again in my life when it comes to like music shit.
Well, yeah. Music.
Dude,
there's DJs that used to text me every day that I can't even get a hold of now. You know what I mean? So, but I can't wait for the day that, and it's not no pettiness or anything. I just can't wait for the day where they're knocking again. And you know what? I'll welcome them with open arms because I'm not that type of person, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's how it goes.
Well, something about to go on with the Warriors because they're
God, here we go.
They're replaying something. So
I think they're trying to see if there's a foul on.
If there's a foul, if there's a point, point second left or something like that.
So final notes.
Yep.
Wale ended up, congrats to him, signed a new distribution deal with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, good for
He
him.
did? I thought he was at Empire.
He was a free agent for a few months.
He should go to Empire, to be honest.
I like the little 4-song EP he put out.
Yeah.
He's been putting a lot of EPs out the past few months.
So the first one he dropped in February.
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated. Black Bonnie, the one that has Jacquees. They're gonna drop that as the lead-off single. And he's still MMG because there was a lot of people that are confused about it, but this is Warner's pretty much the distributor. And it's going to be carrying for his what's the name of the label? The Blue Moons?
Blue Moon label.
Yeah, so they're going to run that imprint. So shouts out to him. Solo drops on Friday as well.
Okay. Solo.
Han Solo.
Oh, I thought you meant like fucking Apple.
Hey, they were smart for doing the solo cups.
Oh, yeah.
They were smart as shit for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so I ain't gonna get into all that. But you know,
you're not a Star Wars fan.
Harry Potter all day. You know what I'm saying?
But it's fucking Star Wars. Nigga.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts set, bro.
Hogwarts on mine.
Hogwarts set.
Weekend did an interview with Time, and then he also said that he had an upbeat project before he jumped into My Dear Melancholy.
I want to hear the upbeat project.
So do I. And then it seemed like Selena Gomez pretty much had him.
Well, he got his other chick back.
Yeah, and
the main chick he really wanted.
We might hit a 3 right here.
You really think so? I'm just watching this shit right now. Like, you could 0.5 seconds. You might have a
right, so after the weekend, what happened with the weekend?
SOB and RBE, they're on Fader.
That's wild.
So,
well, you know,
tight,
if they're not dissing fucking Migos and just keep doing what they're doing,
that's tight.
Yeah,
that's tight.
Keep doing what they're doing.
That's tight. Congratulations.
That's
to
a
them,
one
man.
song.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Shouts out and prayers out to Offset because he was in that car accident out in Atlanta.
Everyday Struggle came back.
I'm sorry.
academics.
Without Joe Buttons, I'm not watching it.
Nah.
Fuck academics. Shout out to Wayno, and I love the death still, but nah.
Big thing over the week. Was it Yanni or
It
Laurel?
was Laurel.
It was Yanni.
What did you hear?
It was both.
No, what did you
It
hear?
depends
first?
on what you heard
The
it
first-
on, right?
No. So the first 20 times I heard Yanni, and
How
then
did you hear Yanni?
because I was listening to the higher frequency, my ears were focused on the higher frequency. And then when I saw people were saying Laurel, that's when I really started listening. And then I was like, wait a minute, because you probably know with audio engineering, they're like, okay, try to balance between the frequencies. So I started checking to see if there was a lower one. As soon as I did that, I didn't hear Yanni ever again. It was Laurel.
Oh no!
Oh,
2-2. So then we ended up running a iLLogical.
I heard Laurel. I remember I heard Yanni for like one like a split second, and then it went back to Laurel in my ears.
Yeah, I've yet to hear Yanni again. But we ran this and we gave you 4 options. 6% asked what the fuck was going on. 26% heard Laurel. And then there was a 2-way tie. 34% heard both. And then the other 34% heard Yanni.
damn.
So then there was another one that came out. I don't know if you saw that one, but there was this light where if you thought of like 2 phrases, I don't know if it was a word or a phrase, but if you thought of them, that's what you were going to hear. And so I was like, okay, they made a video.
One of my homies sent me that shit, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, they just made a video. They're playing with you, but the shit's actually true. Like, if you think of what was said the first time, that's what you're gonna hear. And then if you think about what's the second phrase, that's what you're gonna hear. It wasn't like
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was
That's a
crazy.
mind
People that
fuck
come up
shit.
with this type of shit got no
That's some
fucking
That's
life.
some old get out shit.
yeah.
Nope.
Or y'all bored of shit. Either way.
So shouts out to everybody that went on and voted.
Yep,
Of course,
to the voters.
you can hit us on Twitter as usual. You got us on the iLLogical Sense official page at iLLogical SP.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, mine is at Prince Sole.
And y'all know me, Mr. Busby 4 lowercase 08.
And then of course me, you just hit me on JC No Hundreds right across
No,
the board.
So, yeah, like I say, I like the high pitch one.
I don't know if I can do that.
That's how YG said
I can't hit the
it, man.
falsetto.
Hats.
Can't hit the
But
falsetto.
it was,
My bad.
Appreciate
It's all
you being
good.
on the show today.
I appreciate
Yeah,
you
man.
guys having
It's
me, man.
love,
This
man.
was great. I mean, horrible loss, but shit.
For you.
just like the Sharks.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Way too soon, bro.
Not
Way
that
too
soon.
But nah, anytime you want to come stop by, if you got something to
Shit, I'm about to start my own podcast called The Logical Sense.
Logical sense.
You feel me? We're gonna be in there talking about
Not all the bitches.
Hey, Friday night.
But on that,
you feel me?
you got anything last words to Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, fuck Ryan Reynolds. Fuck
shit.
Deadpool 2.
Damn.
No, I'm playing. I haven't seen it yet, but if I go see it and it's good, I'm gonna be hot.
You still gonna say fuck that?
Hey, look, I'm being. Wait, I don't know when this is gonna be out, but I'm gonna be in Vegas this weekend. You feel me? So,
You never know. You might bump into him.
oh hell. Oh.
Just with your.
So if I
luck.
bump into him, do I have to fight him?
I mean, we're
That's
gonna
kind
title
of
this.
law.
We're gonna title this "Fucking Ryan Reynolds"
For
with
real?
his face.
Damn, that's
Or we might title it Ryan Reynolds is a C minus. Ben Affleck.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds. I hope not all is well.
Or a C minus, or a C minus Ben Affleck with a picture
C
of
minus
Ryan
Ben
Reynolds.
Affleck for sure.
Damn, that's
He's
like the
definitely a
most
C minus
meanest
Ben
shit I've
Affleck.
heard, man.
He's a C minus Ben Affleck for sure.
You got anybody come for you on record? You gotta do that in a dish. You gotta
The
put
thing
that
is,
on.
I feel like if somebody disses me, I would never respond unless they're like huge. You know what I mean? Like,
Even if they're huge, you're like, why would you diss me?
yeah, like you know, what? I'm a nice young man.
Like,
You know?
honestly, you go on Twitter, it's like, you just wasted your time roasting me. I don't, like, dude, I'm like fucking, I mean, I got an album out. Go click that, but I ain't gonna report. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie
got an
to you.
album out. You want to give me some promo? Shit, we can go do that. You know what I'm saying? Free
What
promo.
if Drake dissed you? How would you feel? Would that hurt your soul?
To be honest, I don't even know if I would make music no more. Nah, I'm playing. I mean, I would have to come back. Like, you know what I mean? I can't lay down like no bitch. I gotta figure some shit out. You know what I mean?
Would you keep that top 10 list?
You probably delete it.
I would do some Eminem shit and like say
Diss
everything.
yourself.
Use that. Diss myself.
Yeah, the B-Rabbit blueprint, man. Ain't I really laid that blueprint?
You know what I'm saying?
The
I would
B-Rabbit
diss
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
And then, like, Yeah, I got body by. Yeah, I got body by singing. You know what I mean?
That shit really does work. Like the D-Rapid method, man.
Bro, I swear it does work, bro. Because there was one time somebody was trying to get at me like on Twitter, like, "Oh, your music sucks" and shit. And I was just nice, bro. I was just like, "Hey, bro, sorry that you don't like none of my music. I hope to put out some shit that you like one day." And he didn't have nothing to say to me, bro.
Probably blocked your ass.
Yeah. He was like, "Fuck him. I didn't get under his skin."
No, the best response is no response. That's the best response. It literally gets under their skin.
Yeah, I'm too petty Riley for that.
Keep tweeting.
Keep tweeting, but keep watching.
How long was this shit? This was like 2.5 hours.
Probably 4 hours.
I'm about to have to listen to this shit on the way to Vegas.
Felt like 3 hours.
No.
Damn. What's your longest one?
3 hours.
3 hours? Yeah.
Damn.
No, I think it's 2. I don't think we ever hit 2.
We already did a closing statement and then fuck around and keep going.
We do this all the time.
Because always the last thing I always say is fuck Jed York.
Yeah, for real, fuck Jed York.
And Ryan Reynolds.